Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening and welcome to another fine edition of Stone's Live Poker, brought to you tonight by the ever so infamous Justin Kelly, and I have a new face in the booth with me. The name is
Taylor Swift. No, actually it's Smith.
You know, it's funny, Justin told me, he's like, yeah, you're gonna be in the booth tonight with Taylor Swift. I'm like, great, she can write her next breakup song about me. And then
I've been writing it.
That's good. No, it's awesome. Besides, you're cooler than she is anyways. So tonight, 40K guaranteed, last Sunday of the month Stones tournament. Always a pleasure, always a blast. You can see the specs there in the right-hand side of your screen. Today we got 124, yeah, where's reverse weatherman over there. So we had 124 players show up today. We're down to the final 9, 1.8 million chips in play. Good freaking times, and I'm ready. Looking down at the table, all the players pretty much are regulars that I see here all the time. Especially Taylor is also a dealer here, so he knows all of these guys inside and out. So he's definitely been like, I've seen this guy play. I see this guy at final tables. We know what's going on. So let's cruise down to the table, walk around real quick. There in seat 1 we have Jay, and he is sitting on just about 300K in chips. Jay looks very familiar to me. I see him play in a lot of tournaments here. I see him go pretty deep, so I'm not surprised to see him there. Let's see, seat 2 we have George, and he's sitting on about $250,000. $250,000. More K's are good. If you ask, yes, Justin Corretis, more K's are good. JFK knows this. Then going around to seat 3 we have Dawn, and Dawn right there is sitting on about 125K in chips. And seat 4 we have Alexis, and she is sitting right about 184K in chips. Then moving on to seat 5 we have J-Mac, the classic Jason McRoberts. You know him, you love him. We've seen him play in all of our cash game streams. Haven't seen him in a while. Glad to see him back on the stream. Figured it would be in a cash stream, but this is even better because, of course, who doesn't love a good final table? Fantastic.
I know I do.
All right, so talk to me. Who do we got in seat 6? Is that Hui? I think is that Hui? I don't know, but we got.
You're gonna do that to me?
Yeah,
huh?
no. You like that? I didn't even. That was not even intentional. But we have Hui over there in seat 6, sitting on 294K, and then in seat 7.
Seat 7 we got Brad C. He's sitting at 55K. In seat 8 we got Ryan. He's got 126K. And in seat 9 we got Rodolfo with
448K, currently our chip leader by a long shot. Taking a look at this, so looks like our top stacks here is Rodolfo, followed by Hui, down to George. Oh, I'm sorry, down to Jay and then George. So looks like on the short stack here we got Jason with 84K and Brad with 55K. The blinds are currently 4K, 8K, so yeah, Jason's down to 10 bigs and Brad's even less than that. So I have a feeling we're gonna see some all-ins here pretty quick. So let's get onto the action.
First right away, we got Jason all in.
Boom, seat 5, J-Mac the man, the myth, the legend. Under the gun, jams. Yeah, ships it with King Queen. Looks like Dawn there in seat 3 makes the call with Ace King. Was it Ace King suited? I flashed there for a second, I think.
Yeah, looks like Ace King suited.
All right. Ooh, look at this. 8-4 deuce, all hearts, no player with a heart. Another heart on the turn. This actually gives chop outs now of the 5th heart peels. So dirty!
Wow.
So
Right off the
dirty!
bat.
Look at that. Why
Only
not?
Stones Live.
Why not? Why not? Why not give nobody any hearts and just put, well, that's why nobody has any hearts, because they're all out there. That's great. J-Mac's just laughing. He's like, and I survive. I'll chop some Annies. Who cares? Fantastic.
He actually added 4K to his stack there.
I love it. Why not? Why not? So there's taking a look at our chip stack, guys. You can see Rodolfo has a pretty commanding lead here right now.
I'll take 5% of my stack.
Why not? Why not? Then we have our infamous trolls here you'll see walking in front of the booth. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, so walk me through these chip colors because I know you know them better than I do. I know we got plaques, and I love plaques. If anybody knows me, they know I love these plaques.
They got plaques out there?
Plaques, I believe Angela, I think, had one there, or Alexis had one, yeah. I think it's 25,000 for plaques.
Plaques are 25.
Okay, what are the other chips?
The yellows are 10.
Okay.
The pink ones are going to be 5,000.
Cool.
And the black ones are 1,000.
Cool. Blitzology, what's going on, buddy? Oh, welcome to the chat. He's here just to troll the chat and pump on J-Mac, so we appreciate having you.
Felt like a little test there. Did I pass?
Yes. Yes. I mean, we can always just type chips and have the bot tell us what they are, but I think it's funner to just put you on the spot. Really.
Yeah. Why not? Huh?
All right, so it looks like we got queens here, and the hijack Jay, he just jams it for, well, he goes all in after Brad's short stack all in of 6s, so he goes all in over the top for protection here.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow, really? 6s, queens, and aces? Guys, welcome to Stones Live, where we just love train wrecks of hands.
I promise you none of these hands happen until the cameras roll.
Until the camera's rolling. It's nice when the deck cooperates. So we got 3 monster hands here. Gonna see a board. Rockstar, the resident
You got
drink.
mix in there.
just-
Shaken, not stirred, huh?
Always. Look at this. So 10, king, 5. Brick City for everybody. Ace is still ahead.
Oh.
Changes nothing. So Don's gonna steal this pot, yep, unless anybody fades one of the other 4 cards. So solid. So it looks like Jay had everybody covered here, so he is gonna double up Don, but Jay's still gonna be in this. But he lost a sizable chunk. That's probably gonna chip Jay down to just over 100K.
Nothing you can do there.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Well, see, the thing is, your short stack 6s jams. I can't fault Jay for jamming over the top with protection with queens. It's just bad luck when the guy wakes up behind you with aces like, oops. And you know you're in trouble too. When you jam over the top like that and then you get a guy who then basically jams over the top of both of you, you know you're in trouble.
Like, okay.
Before you even flip the hand, you're like, the guy's not doing that with anything less than kings.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, he's just not. Even if he had 10s with jacks, he's not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's not.
I agree.
So taking a look, guys, it looks like it is just shy of 11K up top for first place tonight. Not a bad payday, not a bad way to spend your Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month. What else you gonna do? You know?
Yeah. Sunday fun day.
Solid. I know that originally we were gonna have Kyle in here as well tonight. I think it was gonna be Kyle and Lawn Car, but as usual with Stones commentators, they're busy just barreling and running over tournaments.
Yeah.
So I believe that Kyle is super deep right now with just a couple tables left in the Poker Night in America tournament, which is very rad for him. Super cool. We always like to see people go deep.
You don't have to worry about that with us.
No.
We're never going deep.
Multi-day tournaments, you're funny. Why do I want to play more than one day? I just like to donate my money to the community and be done here. It's good times. What, Bry in the chat? What's going on, buddy? Oh, 12 left in the Poker Night. So what, Bry, fill me in. Kyle is still in it, right? I know that Jake also made a pretty deep run. He was in it earlier today as well. Okay, Waprai saying Kyle is 9th in chips right now. I don't think Jake's still in it, otherwise I probably would have got like a million Snapchats from Jake. Oh, you know what? I think I saw Jake's hand, he busted out on. You ready for this? He had kings, guy had 3s, board flops king 3-3.
Wow.
And dude, and literally, I saw a snap and it was just so gnarly.
That's gross.
So gnarly. He's just like, how do I lose this pot? Here's my hand, I have kings, how do I lose this pot? And I'm like, yeah.
God.
Yeah. That is funny. That is fantastic. So Poker Pro Eric's kind of filling us in with what's going on over there at the other stream there. Looks like Kyle did suck out earlier. He had 10s versus aces, all in pre. Went running, boom, gut shot, runner straight, nails against aces. So now, that's poker for you.
So you're saying it's not just Stones Live?
Not just Stones Live where these train wrecks occur. And Kelly Winterhalter is also over there playing, crushing the cash game. Apparently she's got about 30K in front of her. I saw her just running over earlier. She was, they had like Phil Hellmuth in the game. I know they had Brad Garrett from like Everybody Loves Raymond in the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they had a couple players over there. And Kelly is just a rangeless, fearless monster. And I absolutely love her. And I believe she will be with us on our stream tomorrow night. Kelly that's what she does, man. She just comes into town. She's like, let me just crush all these games and provide some entertainment for you guys. And I'll catch you later. Love it.
If only.
Yeah, I know. I know she bought in for like 5K earlier, and I see other players because they show what you buy in for on that.
Yeah.
Other players are for like 20K, and I'm just like, oh God. Kelly's like, I'm in for 5, and I'm up 5. I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. Like, cool.
Oh, Wattbry's playing tomorroro night too. Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a game.
Oh man.
Hell of a game. Kelly W and Wattbry. Just those two, I'm happy. Everybody else is just. Poker Pro Eric says, rest in peace, Wattbry. Good luck. All right, so it looks like we've got a raise here to 18K. A little over 2x by Don here in the hijack. Ryan's got him notched with ace queen's going to 3-bet to 40K.
Now, what do you think about the sizing here, the 40K?
Well, it's obviously going to get Don off that there. We kind of talked about some sizing in general. So let's talk about the original raise, right? So it's 18K. The blinds are 4-8. So it's just a little over 2x, and I kind of like that sizing because it still gets your point across. Whether you go 3x or whether you go 2.1x, it's the same thing. So in the event that you get 3-bet like that and you have to get away, you save yourself money.
Yeah,
you're saying
I'm getting information if you come over the top of me, but at the same time you're telling them you have a hand.
Exactly. And for me, that 3-bet served exactly its purpose it was supposed to. It's basically saying, it's going to make you question your ace-10, ace-jack, even ace-queen, right? I mean, even though we know he had ace-queen here, it's really going to make you be like, all right, and that's going to give you all the information you need, because if the player comes back over the top, then you can get away from ace-queen. But otherwise, you just take down the pot right there.
Yeah. That's what he did.
Yeah, so easy money.
Textbook.
Poker's easy, guys. Get down here and play.
Yeah.
Stones gambling
I was
hall.
in the game earlier, and that's easy money.
Yeah, easy money. Easy money. Ones of chips. Let's see, Skrilla Gorilla. This tournament started at, I believe, 11 a.m.? 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. because it's a one-day event. So 10 a.m. today it started, and I think late reg, I don't know, somebody correct me, closes like 1 p.m.?
2-ish?
2 p.m., something like that. The end of one of those levels. All right, so it looks like we got a button raise here by Hui with ace-10, and of course, one of the blinds wakes up with a hand here. Jacks. Oh, ace magnet got there on the flop. So now Ryan, our small blind, checks with jacks. And this is interesting because Ryan here with jacks could put Hui on just making a button bet, like just a steal the blind bet. Yeah. But he's going to give him credit for the ace, and he's going to make the correct fold here. Nice. And let's face it, if you are going to make a button move, if you don't have complete air, generally you just have any sort of ace rag. Yeah. So it's against a solid player, it's pretty likely that they can have an ace there, But it's never easy to lay down jacks when there's just such a randomly dry board with only one over.
Yeah. But it is, he probably thought, hey, it's 20% of my stack, I don't know. I know in that situation I would think I'm going to bet my whole tournament life on whether he has a...
And that's what it is. I mean, that's what he's putting you to that choice there. Levels and levels and layers and layers.
That's why it's a love-hate.
Yeah.
Love-hate game.
I love to hate it, and I hate to love it. All of the above. Well, Price says we should do the Veronica and Friends 1, 3, 6, 12, 24, 50 game.
I'll do it from in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll commentate.
That sounds like fun.
All right, so taking a look here, J-Mac is still a short stack. He's still got that extra 4K. He picked up that one hand, just chilling.
I believe he just moved all in with no callers again.
He does that every time. He will win the tournament.
That's true.
Everybody folds every time. It's possible.
Easy game.
Easy game. Blitzology, J-Mac #1 fan.
Austin. Service.
Got some J-Mac fans. Sometimes you have to root for the underdog.
Absolutely. And it's funny because this is different than when we normally see J-Mac in a cash game where he just likes to needle people, and if he goes felted, whatever, he just rebuy, who cares?
I heard rebuys are closed in this tournament.
Yeah, rebuys are closed at this point. Ooh, look at this raise. We got a 3-bet of a couple plaques coming in. Solidly sized 3-bet. So technically speaking, I mean, you know, look at this. The advantage, you know, equity-wise, actually still goes to we with King Jack suited.
Yeah, he makes the call.
So he does make the call. Oh, and they both spiked their top piece of it. George checks. I mean, especially if you're George. Oh, and Hui checks behind.
Check.
So, I mean, George is definitely going to fire. I'm surprised George didn't fire that anyways. I mean, George hit what he wanted to hit there. I mean, I don't know what else you're looking to hit with ace-8 unless you're spiking a couple eights.
Now.
But he had to love that check behind him with Hui because I don't think Hui's ever checking an ace there behind him.
It's at about 50, 55.
So he makes the call with the king. He doesn't believe him. Another diamond peels. No player with a diamond. Man, it's anybody's pot here if they want to get aggressive. Oh, and it's all in. And that's great, honestly, because I'll tell you what. If George doesn't do that, Hui does that, and George can't call.
Yeah.
And that's the difference there.
It's great river bet.
Man, when you get 4 suited cards on a board, it just changes the game completely. I mean, people get really extra antsy and really weird about how they play it, and they get extra nervous about just calculating things, and it's interesting. J-Mac's just waiting, like, just give me another hand I can push all in with.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's what he's got to do at this point.
I can't believe that first hand 5 hearts peeled off on the board to chop it up. It's so gnarly. I was like, when the 4th heart peeled, I'm like, God, why do I know the 5th is coming?
Yeah.
I just know it. All right, so George here from the small bet. Is it's oh, not small all the blinds here. So it looks like did Hui limp and George? Yeah,
yes.
and then
Yeah,
George
he
from the
limped.
small blind made it 30K to go. Oh, top 2. God, does that feel good when you have ace queen or what? Just a monster flop.
Absolutely.
And Hui checks behind it for 10. Oh God, it's so nasty.
Goodness. Only here.
Dude, George and Hui just have they're going at it. Give him a heads up table. So it looks like he bet 35K here. 35K, just about half pot in a 68. Oh, and how could George get away from this? I mean, dude, you can even put him on any sort of queen 10, you know, ace 10. You got it crushed. There's no way he has jack king and he runs that good.
Min bet
but
to
there
70.
is. All in and a snap call. Boom. So George, guys, as you can see his outs, he's got the 2 live queens and 2 live aces remaining. He is gonna need one of those. Man, of course you're gonna check that flop if you're George. That's just a bad turn of luck there on the 10 peels. Oh, God damn, really?
We knew it, right?
Oh,
you knew that was coming.
It's so
you knew
nasty.
You knew it.
So
I knew it.
Train wrecky. Ah.
Man.
Oh God. Oh God. Look, he's not even in a seat. He's already gone. He's like, do whatever, man. God. Wow. Wow. Dude. Wow.
You, George. I just love this game.
Dude, welcome to Stones Live, where there's a fan and we have some shit and we just throw it at the fan. The shit hits the fan, guys. It is amazing.
It's
Wow.
smells terrible.
God, and you know what? You're right. I had that feeling like, wow, she's totally gonna get. I thought it was gonna be Queen actually. Now he's just showing off by getting another.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably gonna be Queen, but
Oh, so brutal. So brutal. So it looks like we got, what, 7 players left. So congratulations to Weir. He is going to take home $1,400 for his play today. Nothing you can do about that, guys. You shove all in, you get called when you have the Stone Cold Nuts best hand, and you get rivered. What else are you going to do? Absolutely nothing you can do there. What are you going to do, fold the best hand? Be like, you might have 2 pair, and you might get a 4-outer on me. Like, come on, guys. Yeah. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles there.
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I know, we had to go it. We had to do it. We had to do a little Bruce Almighty tagline.
George saying he thought he was ahead. I mean, how do you not?
Yeah, of course. Well, because especially you both check that flop, right? I mean, there's no way you can put him on Jack King, and he's gonna make that same raise on you with any sort of 2-pair hand, any sort of Queen 10, even an ace, even just a 1 pair with an ace, because you guys have played that flop so meek. You know what I mean? He's still gonna make that move on you. There's no way you can put him on King Jack there. So all in for J-Mac, Queen Jack. It's on Alexis to keep him honest. Oh, shit, we got a chip on there. She's thinking. Oh, it's the suited connector snappers. Oh, that's too much for her stack? That might be a little too much to get involved here.
It is a little chunk of it.
Yeah, it's like 40% of her stack. That's not like just a gamble call. She looks like she's thinking about it though.
Most of the time, J-Mac has 2 overs to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. No, she knows it's a gamble call. And J-Mac's just waiting like, please, come on, I'm 70-30. I'm cool with that. He doesn't even know how good of a position he's in. He's thinking, crap, is she thinking about this with Queen Jack? Queen 10? Dondo 111, yeah, she crushed it tonight. Very happy with her, and you can see her tomorrow night on our stream, crushing our game as well. And obviously, she has plenty of buy-ins now. So it looks like Alexis does make the call. J-Mac here in about a 70-30 favorite. Oh, 8-8-4. That's a risky little flop here. Alexis does pick up straight draw now as well. Oh, now a spade draw too. It's never easy. Oh God, so many outs.
7.
Oh, how does, wow, J-Mac fades the world.
Fades all of them.
Fades the world.
All the way across the screen.
Dude, can't hit a 5, a 6, a straight, a spade, nothing. Look at J-Mac. Look at you. Did you see that exhale of happiness right there by J-Mac? Woo!
I think the camera actually had to pan over a little bit to see all of her outs.
Oh my God, that was crazy. He had to fade, we call it fading the world, guys, when you have to fade half the deck. Wow. Rick and Barstow, what is up, my friend? Rick and Barstow, Wattbry, our resident stream junkies, and of course Poker Pro Eric, who's rooting for J-Mac just so he can put more money into FanDuel, apparently.
Okay.
Why not? You know, you have like a Venmo, that public payment processing thing where you can make things payment. You could be like, so I always see these bets going back and forth between like Poker Pro Eric and J-Mac and this and that for just like, you know, this team sucks and like, here's your money. This team rules, here's your money. I think after the last stream, Poker Pro Eric transferred me something like some like snidey like 7-cent transfer for some bullshit.
Come on.
Always good times. All right, so button action, waking up with a hand. Ace 10, he's gonna go, what is it, 18 over here?
I don't know. I don't see, I just see black chips?
Let's see here, yeah, it is a race to 18.
It was 18.
Jason, peace out. Now, I'll tell you what, Jason, I mean, not that you really want to give any player chips, but J-Mac here is a dangerous player to give chips to.
Yeah.
You know, because Jason goes with his gut. He has no fear, and if you're trying to represent or tell a story about what you might have in a hand and he doesn't believe it, he has no problem calling it.
Yeah,
like with ace high, he has no problem.
Yeah, if he thinks ace high is good, he will call with ace high.
Oh, for sure, no fear. So now that puts Alexis as our short stack now after calling and losing half the world of outs to Jason over there. So Jay with 6s here. Is Jay who had 6s before? No, he wasn't at 6s who jammed all in before. No, that was the short stack who pushed all that down.
Yeah.
So raise to 21K, it's a pretty sizable raise for +1 there. That's a pretty hefty raise with the blinds at 4 and 8, almost 3x. Definitely not looking for a caller.
Jason got an ace, he's got a decision, I think.
And that's actually the best case scenario hand he could be against there.
But he doesn't,
Jay,
obviously,
yeah, you don't know
that.
that obviously, but I mean, I think Jay's making that move with any sort of ace paint or better, so, you know, Jason's got to think he's behind. Over to Ryan here from the big blind, getting a bit of a discount because of his 8K already committed, and he is going to gamble it up a bit. Again, best case scenario for him against 200s.
Yeah.
Queen Jack 6 on the flop. Monster Set City in Setville for Jay. That's a real place. I don't know if you knew that.
I marked it on my map yesterday.
Yeah, good. You can actually punch that into your Google Maps and give me directions to Setville, and it just like, it's true.
Population 1.
Population U, bro. And no action for Jay. You can't get
Jay
paid off
picks
on
up the
that.
pot.
So what was the buy-in for today's tournament? Was it
350.
350. 350.
350. And also, if you win the Saturday 10K, you actually get a seat into today's tournament.
Nice, and they do that every Saturday. Every Saturday tournament. Sweet. Nothing like free rolling your way into this tournament and then going deep in this tournament too.
Yeah,
Because why not?
It's on the same weekend.
Yeah,
So you
why
just-
not? Oh, how sick is that? I know there's got to be people who've done it. Just win Saturday and then super free roll into this and go crazy deep in this.
Yeah.
Why not?
Got Alexis all in with ace 10.
Ooh, and J-Mac's got what we call a pretty hand. It looks pretty. He's definitely a disadvantage to yours. Oh, wow. Got a birthday in the house here. Guys, honestly, our horrible birthday singing sounds better than the cheesy stuff they do at like Chili's when they're like, happy birthday, ba-ba-da. Oh, Jason is going to get it in here. And Ryan's just like, how can I fold my cards? Get out of here.
You gotta figure Alexis might have a weak ace here.
Yeah.
But he does end up getting behind.
Boom, look at that. And they both spike their kicker. 6, and looks like he's going to need a 9.
9 and 9 only.
No bueno.
Let's see. 100. How much did Alexis have there?
Alexis had,
22?
yeah, okay, so yeah, it looks like that's going to push J-Mac's stack down about 58K. And guys, we saw him work with 58K earlier. He's going to do it all over again.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw a little head shake there by Jason and a little uttered expletive deleted there. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is, dude. I mean, you make that move and you sit there and you kind of shake your head after the fact and you're like, it's one of those things where you're like, shit, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I was like questioning myself when I did it, and then I did it. Damn it. And of course, had it worked out, you never even think twice about it.
Yeah, of course.
So guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you click that subscribe button here. We are with you for live cash action every Monday and Wednesday, and then fun tournament series like our last Sunday of the month tournament. We're with you here tonight. We are going to go until we have a winner. I don't care what time it is. Literally, I don't care.
You don't?
Because I'm stuck here anyways. Let's do it.
You're gonna have to be in this booth with you.
That's it.
The whole time?
No, you're literally stuck here, so you're not going anywhere.
I know, and you're blocking my exit. My
That's
only
it.
exit.
Yeah,
I can go through this wall.
I am not moving, so I'm not even going to be like, yeah, it's going on. It's game on. How long are the levels in the Saturday tournaments? Are they half hour? 20 minutes. Half hour? Half hour. I think they're half hour. And the levels in today's tournament are 40 minutes? No, half hour.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, Pocket Abe's is saying Saturday tournaments are 25 minutes, which would make me think that today's levels are probably 30. That would be my guess. But we can always have JFK Stones confirm, you know, if he's not running around time traveling like he always is.
I don't believe we have a tournament that's 25 minutes. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I have been wrong one other time.
One other time?
Yeah.
I believe it. Just once. 37 minutes left on this level, then yeah, I'm going to go with 40, bud. You're absolutely on point. Oh, final table is extended, yeah. Because we used to actually do a blind level rollback at the final table, but that was when which was really cool, but that's when we did the final table on the following night. Now that we made it a one-day tournament, you don't get a blind rollback, but you do get the blinds extended. Yeah.
George had aces there. No love.
No love. Pocket Ape says, I'm not 100%, trust Taylor. In Taylor we trust. It's printed on your dollar bills, guys. Don't worry about it.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's, my name is Taylor, and I will say, in Taylor we do not trust.
Chat does not know me.
Never trust a dealer, they're always trying to bust you. It's a tough crowd here,
true.
Man. It's a tough crowd.
It's true. It's kind of my job, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And honestly, if Cameron could step up his game and start busting all these players, then maybe we're not here till 2 a.m. But you never know. Never know. So it looks like we got a raise under the gun here to 30K by Alexis. And Jay, our resident pocket pair magnet here in seat 1, changes his 6s and a mirror to 9s.
I was going to say, it just flipped around this time.
And he is going to make the call.
And the blinds go away.
See, it's tough when you're Alexis under the gun there. I mean, under the gun with Queen Jack, I just hate it because there's so much potential for big hands to wake up behind you. So she does super get lucky on this flop. Top pair for her. And she just instantly ships it all in.
Jamming a fold.
That is a little scary all in. I mean, the only hand that's going to call you there has you crushed.
Absolutely.
Queen, king, ace, queen, any sort of set. Like, if somebody calls you there, your hand is never good. That's a little scary there. I mean, I think you can get the exact same information for a much smaller bet, you know? Sizable raise to 30K under the gun, and honestly, 30K under the gun too. With the blinds being 5-10, it's a 3x raise, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Under the gun like that, it actually kind of reps a much stronger hand than Queen Jack. So I mean, I can't falter for that, but
yeah,
that open shove is a little scary. Make me clinch up just a bit.
It was about 200K, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't exactly like a small shove. Oh, don't be looking at your watch. You've only been here for like 20 minutes, bro.
I could have sworn I just heard Ernie say the 11 o'clock rack attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, first of all, I don't think that exists.
Somebody, Ernie, you are hammered drunk. Somebody lied to you.
I was like, oh, must have been 9 o'clock.
And back to Jay here, our resident pocket pair expert. He's worked with 6s, he's worked with 9s. Now let's see what he can do with aces. Raised to 50K. Such a huge raise here. Was there a raise in front of him? There wasn't.
There was not.
Bold strategy. I mean, unless he's trying to make it look extra bluffy, I don't want to call, like, that's a huge raise. 5x raise. Nobody behind, like, how about 2.5x raise? Make it 25K.
I mean,
get a fish on the line.
And look at here, Alexa's got a chip on her cards.
And last time she did this, she called Jason.
Absolutely, she had a similar hand.
She's got calling posture. Yeah, she's like, my 5-6 was almost good last time. Got 4-6 now. She's gone.
I think she's looking back.
She's out of here.
She's looking back at the hand history, and she's like, no,
yeah,
it wasn't good last time.
Wow.
But she did have the world of outs.
Oh, and he flashes one ace. You dirty birdie, Jay. You dirty mind game guy. Guys, if you're just joining us here, we are down to our last final 7 of our 40K guaranteed tournament with almost 11K up top. Good times. Get some money. Make that dollar. Stack those chips. We are located at Stone's Gambling Hall, right outside Sacramento, California, as we like to call it. Or Stuckramento, California, if you're having a bad session. Either way. Ghost of M in the house. What's going on? She doesn't come in and say hi to me directly. She comes in and says hi to Adstone's Live Poker. I mean, I guess that includes all of us, but whatever. I thought we were cooler than that. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. Pack your bags. We're going on a guilt trip.
Little wavy face. Like that.
Little hey. Esther Cosa Nostra. What's going on? I'm only going to say that name once. That's a little rough. Oh, we got it all in here. Jay jams it with King Queen.
Wait, are the graphics right? He doesn't have a puck bear.
I know, is that right? I mean, like, he's being super hyper aggressive.
I don't think I've seen him without a pocket pair.
Jams it, and we haven't seen George's hand, but we're gonna see it here in a minute.
And call?
Pocket age, you can see there at the bottom, 8th and 9th.
Pocket 9
You can see
is what
there
George had.
what we got going on. It was we who finished 8th. There you go, 9s versus King Queen.
9's still ahead.
And Brad finished 9th. Deuce. Boom.
9's hold up there.
And check mark for George. And that stacks Jay.
Another
So that
one bites
is
the
going
dust.
to leave Jay out here in 6th place, I believe.
Yes.
7th place. 7th place for just shy of $1,800. Jay is a pocket. You know why? It's because he didn't have pocket pair. He's our pocket pair master
He has to have
until
pocket pair.
we don't get some pocket pairs, and then that's how it goes.
And here's J-Mac with a pay raise.
Yeah, and that's J-Mac is just
big ones.
climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
So he started out. So let's take a look at the difference now between the payout between 9th and what now it'll be 6th. So 6th is almost $2,400.
Yeah.
And let's see what 9th was.
And he came into the final table.
I know. He was the shortest stack. So now we're at almost $2,400, and 9th was boom. He's already made an extra $1,400. He folded his way to $1,400.
like that. Yeah.
And you gotta love that element.
He
about
did have to
tournament.
fade the world.
Yeah, exactly.
One time.
Oh my God, he had to fade. Literally, he probably had to fade 2 decks worth of outs
Yeah.
in one deck. I don't
Yeah.
even know how that works.
Whatever the math is there. 104 cards?
Yeah.
Roughly?
Oh, you know what? There is an update. Oh, here we go. Update. Both Kyle K and Sean Drake are at the final table of the main event. I just got to say, I love Sacramento. We have such a strong poker presence here in the greater Sacramento area. It's not even funny. All these tournaments that take place in the Bay Area and Tahoe and Reno and this and that, we just go and we just represent for Sacktown.
Yeah.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. NorCal has a great poker community.
I know the rooms around get a lot of influence from those rooms, and a lot of times they'll make them better.
Absolutely. And we get nothing but the utmost compliments too. You know, in these bigger tournament series we have, like the Stone Spring Classic we have coming up, which I'll be doing some commentary with Norman Chad, so that should be a hot mess of awesomeness. Make sure you tune in for that.
Sounds fantastic.
But yeah, you know, I hear all the same compliments from these players who've never been here before, who drive up from LA and stuff, saying like, dude, I really haven't been in a place this nice outside of like Vegas, you know, and this is really, it's not like a typical, here's my random card room off the freeway. It's like really nice spots.
I agree. Like if you threw this room in Vegas,
yeah, it would just be like, if you took somebody, put them in this room and didn't tell them where they were at, they could easily say Vegas.
Yeah.
You know?
and we're not paid to say that.
It's true. It's true, I'm not. I can actually just say this place sucks, and I still probably will have a job, maybe. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. So for this board here, it's Whiff City for everybody. What? George, you're just a tank.
George just jams.
George is fearless. He's fearless. So Ryan makes a bet, and George just says, all in, you don't have it?
Yeah.
What a freaking beast.
Can he see his cards? Is he seeing what we're seeing?
Dude, does George have does he have his own RFID? Yeah, so Ryan bets 28K and George just ships it on him. Oh, and he calls!
Ace
Yes,
high.
good for you, Ryan. You're
Wow.
a beast. God, I hope this holds. What a great call by Ryan.
Wow.
What a great freaking call. What a great call. And and he's drawing dead to a king. That's all he had. Oh God, I thought that was a king. I was so scared.
He's only got 2 of them.
Wow, good for you, Ryan. God, that feels good. How good does that feel?
Wow.
Yes.
What a call.
Good for you. And he looks at part of his eye. He's like, yep,
Yeah.
I did that. That's fantastic.
I think I think at this point he knows that's kind of George's style.
Oh, dude. I mean, and we've seen George do that constantly here.
I was just about to say that. I mean, that's kind of George's style.
Dude, yeah.
If he thinks he's ahead, he'll.
And you know, and the majority of the time, unless somebody has a monster, or in this case, Ryan being relatively short stacked, versus short stack anyways, he'll get them off the hand because it's a scary move. It's a scary move and it's very aggressive. But George is also kind of doing what George should be doing with this monster chip stack lead against the smaller stacks, is just jamming in on him and putting on the pressure.
Yeah, I mean even now he has over 200K on second place.
Yeah, exactly. And that was such a he's still way chip leader, and that was just a breeze in the bucket. I mean, he only donated like 100K to him. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so I think that was pretty solid poker by both players.
Yeah,
to be honest. George sensed weakness somewhere, and he went with it. He just didn't
Poker
get the
Pro
result.
Eric asks, why exactly did George shove? Because George does what George wants. And at the end of the day, if he puts his opponent on just a super like C-bet, I hope you leave me alone type thing, and you want to shove and you have a monster stack, go for it. Bigger Ultra in the house. He says in all DGens worldwide, I'm pretty sure he's referring to us two in that. If he says what up to Wap Riot, but then definitely all DGens, so that's us.
Okay.
I'll accept that.
I've been in that category before, once or twice.
Just like the one time you lied just once?
Yeah, one time.
It was to get out of school, I made up a doctor's note.
Well, actually, I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken.
Zing. Don't do all these double negatives.
Does this booth just like bring out bad jokes?
Oh, dude, this booth breeds like the we call them dad jokes, right? The super corny on the cob jokes, right? I mean, they're that bad. They're that bad. So it looks like we swapped out Cameron, our dealer, for our resident action dealer, Samantha, joining us now. Probably going to give George some more bluffing cards.
Yeah. Look at that. George has so many chips. He has two stacks.
Yeah, George says, I'm going to call this bet from the West Wing over here. Rodolfo's been pretty quiet there in seat 9. Haven't seen much from him. Yeah. He is just posted and chilling.
I don't really think he's seen much.
No, but hey, you know what, dude? With that chip stack, you got time.
Yeah.
You're chilling. Just wait for one of these. Wait for George. God, whoa, how nasty would that be if George tries to get out of control against Rodolfo and just make one of those shoves? And that's the thing is, the way George is playing, I mean, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar the last hand, so maybe he'll slow down a little bit. But the way George has been playing, if I'm one of these O stacks, big stacks like Rodolfo, and I flop a monster, I'm just going to keep checking and let George just hang his own rope,
Absolutely.
Dude. All day. All day, all day.
And I mean, I think all of these players will pick up on that.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, after that last hand where King 10 versus Ace 10, oh yeah, they better. If they haven't, they better. So far, I think the two wild cards here, George has been a bit of a wild card. Alexis has definitely been a bit of a wild card.
And if I was George, I would be watching out if J-Mac gets any sort of chips. Because for sure he picked up on that.
Yeah.
George picking up more chips.
George just showing it. Can't see what it is.
Ace Queen.
So J-Mac's still on the short stack, but he doesn't really care. He's just going to climb the ladder again and wait for two players to bust each other.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that was sad.
Yep.
They hit a 2-outer on you. And I made another 12K.
Yep, oops.
So I haven't noticed people looking at their phones much.
No, I think, and there may be, sometimes we change the rule with looking at your phones and looking at the play in a tournament scenario. So that may be,
it makes it a little harder to watch.
That may be in effect here, That may be in effect here, so I don't know. All right, so now last time we saw Alexis actually under the gun in first position when she had Queen Jack, she made a large raise. So this time, much stronger than Queen Jack, she's with 10s, and it looks like she's going up to, was that 50K?
50 it looked like.
60K.
60.
Solid 6x raise. I mean, these are not, we have raise ranges all over the board at this table. We have like your typical 2x, 3x, and then we have like 5x, 6x, like open shoves.
Looks like she showed it.
Yeah. I'd be showing that too, as opposed to flipping over that Queen Jack in first position.
Hey, I raise in first position with 10s also.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys where, in tournaments, especially this late in the tournament, like in first position, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on how the table's reacting, but for me in first position, any sort of like Queen Jack, like I just don't want anything to do with it. I just fold and like don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Give me that hand in a later position, and I can get creative with it. But first position, there's not really a lot of hands I want to be messing with there.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, kind of short-handed, but I think at this point, I wouldn't be throwing huge raises.
J-Mac jamming it, ace 3. Come on, somebody pick up 2 paint cards. We just want J-Mac to be ahead. Oh, that's not going to help.
Ryan with ace jack.
Ryan with ace jack. Yeah. Now, okay, so Jason here pushes for 58K. 58.
Reshove.
He did reshove, okay, because I was going to say, because Ryan, I mean, that's 30% of his stack. I mean, if he's going to call, does he really want any other players in the pot there?
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, no way. Blitzology rooting for a whole lot of 3s. Hey, you could always root for like a deuce 4-5. You could root for that too.
I know I'm thinking, well, my ace jack's probably ahead.
Now Alexis is just taking because you give Alexis suited, dude. Okay, so if there's one thing we've already learned, Alexis loves suited connectors.
Loves them.
She loved 5-6, 7-8's basically gold compared to 5-6. If it was 9-10, she'd probably snap calls.
I don't think I've seen her play much, but
well, and Alexis she's acting like she has a way larger stack than everybody, and that she can get in these really kind of gambly call positions, and she just doesn't. She would need a much larger stack to get in there. I mean, with Ryan's 206K, she needs to be at like 800K to think about making like a super gamble call,
That's almost her whole stack.
Yeah, Blitzology, I agree with you. Treating this like a 300 big blind game, like,
He says Alexis is a cash room player. I was going to say, I mean, just based on her play, I would think that she's
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Based on every suited connector,
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can hear him singing happy birthday now in delay.
Yeah.
You can hear the coyotes whining in the background. Oh my gosh, she making the call?
Cutting it out.
Wow, she is.
Yeah.
Super crazy. Wow, super. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that pays off for her. I always got to get that comment in when I can. Salad BWI grinder. I love it, dude. If you've heard us on the stream before, we talk about if you're eating a salad, like Peter always eats salads, it's a positive EV. It makes you play better, it makes you run better, as long as you're eating a salad. So she does make the call. Good Lord. So
I think J-Mac only looked at one of his cards.
Oh, yeah. Do you see an ace?
I saw him peeking at his card, so I think he only saw one.
So we're rooting for a whole lot of 3s here for Jason, but we got 3 all-ins here. Oh, that Jason though can pick up a 3 or a 5.
Got the wheel draw.
Oh my God! Let it hold! Let it hold!
Check, check.
Hold! It holds!
Oh, and the 3
J-Mac, you beast! The Blitzology celebrating and dancing and running around the room right now. Ship it! You can hear Jason right there. You can hear him. Yeah. Hold! Hold! Look, he's up from his seat. He's running around celebrating. He loves it. And what a great flop there. If you got ace 3, you're against some other bigger hands. What else do you want besides deuce 4 on the flop? At least it gives you more outs.
So good.
Right?
You're like, okay, cool.
Love it. Oh man. How good do you feel? I think he was ready to tip the dealer right there. Just throw money to Sam. Here's a tournament chip. And guys, we got a game on our hands now. You give Jason chips. Game on.
17 bigs now.
It's like Wayne's World, right? They're playing hockey in the street. They're like, car, okay, game on.
Game on.
Game on. There, he was on life support, and they shocked him back to life, and now there's a steady pulse.
Clear.
Talking about odds for J-Mac to wear his typical blue hoodie. So I don't know if the graphics are right. I think they basically, maybe he just called Jason's all in and then she called behind. Because I don't think, if he would have shoved, he would have doubled off her with ace jack high, and I don't think he did. So I don't, and I think, and it looked like Sam just pushed the whole pot out.
I thought he said all in.
I thought, and that's what the graphics said. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. God, first world problems for George over here. He's like, oh, I have all these plaques over here, and all these pink and purple and crazy chips over here. 1776 Freedom Fighter, what's going on? Hugh in the house. Thanks for joining us, guys. Always good stuff. Yeah, no, Alexis' stack is still 209K.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, I don't think so. I really think what happened is J-Mac pushed for 58K. You had the other guy call with ace jack, and then Alexis just called behind. Because, yeah, I would have been mind blown. Yeah, I would have been mind blown if she called an all in over the top of that with yeah. So, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. They were checking the whole time.
So absolutely, guys. So to clarify for the chat, guys, that definitely did not. Yeah, it was not all in. They basically just both called J-Max all in or Jason's all in, and they checked it down. That's what happened. And Wap Ride tuning us in. It looks like Kyle K, our Cali kid, did just bust the Poker Night in America. He got 10th place. So congratulations to him. Super deep run,
Solid.
couple day event. Very cool. Very cool. Rick and Barstow, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll catch you soon. Finally, we see some action from Rodolfo. He woke up. He's like, guys, I'm here. I need to pot every now and then just to cover my blinds and antes. That's all I need. Don't worry about it. So I guess if Kyle just busted that event in 10th, that means they're 9-handed and Sean Drake's still in it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's funny, man. Whenever, I'll play one of the bigger tournaments here and you get sat at a table and it'll be like, I got sat at a table literally one time. It was like, it was Kyle, it was Cali Kid, it was Lon Carr, it was Sean Drake, and I'm just like, I don't want to be at this table.
Yeah, you're like,
there's no situation where I ever want to be at this table.
Yeah,
like, why am I here at this table?
No.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to get money from any of those three.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds like a nightmare. When did you wake up after that?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I was dreaming. Oh, there were so many bright lights.
I know.
Rainy 315. Thank you for the kind words. Very cool.
I know I've bought into tournaments before and sat down, looked around the tournament table, and been like, can I forfeit my stack?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm like. Okay,
goodbye, please.
There's a re-entry, right? I'm like, so I can just pay the $300 for a seat change.
Worth it.
Yeah. So Chris Nunez actually filling us in. It looks like Drake and Kyle, Sean Drake and Kyle Cali Kid actually both busted in the same hand.
Oh
wow. Then whoever busted that three-handed tank, man, they're sitting pretty them in chips, I'd imagine. All right, back to our action here. Good old Don. Waking up with Ace King, making it 4x raise here. Jason gets out of the way. Ryan checks out. George is like, I can't decide which stack to call from, so I'm going to fold. And taking it down. Boom.
I mean, picking up the blinds and antes, that's 25K right there.
Yeah, it's super fat. So 10-5, yeah, 1K antes for sure. Super solid. Do you drink energy drinks at all?
Yeah.
Can't have any of
I
that.
just had a coffee, so.
Oh yeah, so you're cracked out enough.
Yep. I might not be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, no. The best part is once I'm done with the stream, I actually won't be able to go to sleep. So I'll just pull what we call a Jake Rosensteel and just barrel poker all night and then just go straight to work, because why not?
Yeah. Why not?
At least he's only a mechanic who works with like heavy machinery and giant diesel trucks.
Whatever.
Not like he could totally drop like crazy heavy equipment on himself and like die, but yeah, that's cool.
He's not doing anything important like dishing up cards.
No.
Got Don.
All in
picking up
from Alexis.
sevens.
Don's got sevens. Alexis with Queen Jack suited. Man, I have never seen anybody in my life love suited connectors more than Alexis.
Yeah. Let's see. Don just called.
If I knew her, like I would just get her like suited connector, like little ornaments put on a Christmas tree.
Yeah. So, I believe Don just called, right?
And Jason's kind of he's thinking about it.
He's facing a limp and then an all-in of 209,000.
Button is on JMac. It shows Dawn in the hijack, which is not right. Oh, I guess it is.
1, 2.
Yeah, you know, I think JMac is not going to be involved with this, but it's fun to think about there. It's fun to think about hero calling with the best hand. But Jason's one of those players who likes to think about it regardless, so he just obviously thinks and he's out.
Yeah, it's better to pick a better spot there.
Oh yeah, no, he's not. After the uphill battle that he's fought, he's not going to go out like this.
And there's an ace-9 that goes into the luck.
So Don obviously knows, you know, best case scenario, he's pretty much coin flipping. He's most likely dominated. And she shows it. That's a lot of free information for players at the table right there. That is a lot of free information.
Don saved some chips there by just limping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, if you're limping there, you look super strong. So if someone's going to go if someone's going to put their whole stack in the middle, you know there's...
And the real question is, what if Dawn makes a raise there? Does she still jam it? Does she still ship it, or does she just call? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I think she might have misread that and basically thought he was weak, and then just straight, I'm going to jam it and try to pick it up right here. I don't know.
Well, you know how much she loves suited connectors.
Well, I know, and so
she had a monster suited connector.
So Freedom Fighter says, why would you show right there? And then of course Blitz is like, she's showing a strong suited connector. At the time, that's
the best one we've seen.
There you go. Yeah. There's she's showing her monster base. Might as well be aces.
And if I'm her, I'm showing all these hands. Like I think at this point, like I kind of hold back a little bit.
Well, if I'm her and I just showed that, the next time I jam, I'm gonna have a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, I've basically given you out this advertisement that now I'm playing any sort of like fun, random, connected hands. So next time I jam, like I'm gonna have like queens or better.
Yeah.
Queens or ace king. To the flop, King Jack 3 Rainbow, Whiff City for everybody. Our two big stacks, Rodolfo and George. And George is no stranger to betting everything. And that's why. Because it gets results.
Bluff City. Now we're at Bluff City.
Bluff City, Bluffville.
7 high takes it down. I just love taking it down with 7 high.
Oh, it feels so good. I mean, when you just totally fire a random bet and everybody gets out, you just have this little like...
Yeah, if you ever have me at my table and we're playing a solid session together and I don't flip over 7 deuce offsuit at some point, there's a problem.
There's a problem. Who are you? Who are you and what have you done with Taylor?
Yeah. Got some weird skin-changing alien like in Men in Black.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's like he was wearing an Edgar suit. Looks like we got a request here for George and Alexis to get a heads-up cash game stream ASAP. I would so watch that. I'd be so down for that. Jimmy Bluffett in the house. What's up, man? I was chatting with him on one of the other streams yesterday. Always good times. Jimmy Bluffett, a regular in the poker stream world. George, Jack 6, what I've affectionately dubbed the shocker.
Boom.
Because when you flip it over, people are always shocked. Very true.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's another story, but we're going to keep it PG.
Looks like we got a raise to 30K from George.
What a shocker. Takes
What
it
a
down.
shocker.
Takes it down.
Shocked me.
Yep, super shocked. So again, our two top stacks there, George and Rodolfo. If you guys like watching George spew chips with no regard, make sure you click that heart and subscribe. We're here with you twice a week.
7 high hero.
7 high hero.
He upgraded that time. He had jacket.
Nice. Now he's just showing off. Now he's getting out of control. Swiper the monkey, thanks for joining us. Guys, and definitely click that heart and subscribe, and make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to have Kelly in here. We're going to have Wap Ryan here playing. It is going to be a rager of a game tomorrow. Let me double check here.
I know I'm going to be watching.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be here. So, you know, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's going to be me and JFK tomorrow, and it's going to be a 5-5 no limit. And if it's anything like what I've seen in these games going on around this room and around town right now, it's going to be a monster. It's going to be the biggest 5-5 you guys seen. So tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure the action isn't going to be boring, but I mean,
yeah.
If there's any downtime, you always got JK squared. So
yeah, exactly. So you're good.
Keep you entertained.
V-Cross Poker, the one, the only, the Val Cross joining us. What's going on? All right, so it looks like a bunch of limpers. 4-way pot. Have we even seen a 4-way pot like this? This is crazy.
V-Cross asking if the calculator reflects folded cards. It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it does reflect folded cards. So our new outs calculator at the top of the screen, you'll see all possible outs from like your typical, if you're playing at the table perspective, and then we will actually gray out the cards that were folded.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty new feature. I haven't watched the last couple times. But yeah, I actually like that. It used to be just the cards, and it was kind of confusing, but now it
and I used
nice
to, there you go. You saw a quick example at the top there, but yeah. So and that's really get the best of both worlds. So even though we do gray them out, and when we say 7 outs, even though there's 9 cards up there, we give you the true outs still. But at least you can see kind of both perspectives.
Yeah, I really like that.
Suited for 2020. I like that. V-Cross officially coined the term suited. And that's actually part of a drinking game. Whenever we say suited, she's got suited connectors. Alexis, really, every time she plays a hand, it's suited.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're coming in. Jimmy Bluff talking with Phil Homie because they're both in every poker stream ever, and he's like, "Do you ever sleep, bro? Really? Do you ever sleep?"
Nah. They have like 5 windows up at a time.
I can sleep when I'm dead. I sleep 2 hours a night, standing up in my coffin like a vampire.
So, is your coffin open? You're just standing in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For those of you at home who needed a visual. So, Rodolfo's coming in. We got a raise from George with deuces. Oh, and a super quick call from Alexis. Look at that.
Boom.
Oh, she shipped it all in.
What do you think she has? 7-6?
Oh, it's got to be suited connectors, like guaranteed, right? What do you think? 10-jack suited? I bet you she's hired. I bet you she's got. You probably got like king queen this time.
What suit?
King queen of clubs.
Suit? Side bet.
King queen of clubs is my bet. Ace king, fine, okay.
Okay.
But what did I tell her though? I maybe said last time though. The next time she shoves, she better have ace king. Or better,
ace king
right?
or better, exactly, and that's exactly what she did. George folds.
Yeah.
Picks up 50K.
Love how the chat all chimes in with, let's play. Dude, we should just hide. Can we just hide, Booth? Can we just hide Alexis's cards and play the guessing game at this point?
Yeah.
Let's play Guess Alexis. Love it.
I really like. I mean, I like that we see the cards, but I like sometimes when I'm watching at home, if someone forgets to put their cards on the.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. You get a cool perspective. You get to.
I like that too. I think we turned it into a fun game. So sometimes when the reader doesn't pick it up or there's a malfunction, it's great to kind of play along. Like, what do you guys think they have? You know.
It's nice.
So looks like just over 3 minutes left in this blind level, and then we're going to be going on up.
George folds.
Is that possible?
Probably had 6 high.
6 high would have been in.
Looks like Alexis call with Jack 9. Ryan on the big blind with Queen 10 checks his option. 6, 4, 5, 2 spades. Ryan's Queen high still ahead.
So I think they peeled off a turn here. We're catching up the graphics.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't see it either there, but it's
Yeah, it looks like
down.
it's there, but
So Ryan is going to fire a 40. Bet a 40 and a call, I think, a 40.
might have been
7.
20. Yeah, it was 20.
Okay, and 9 on the river. Alexis gets there. What a tank. I think that is
I believe that was betting on the turn.
Is it the 9 of spades on the turn too, or was it really the 9 of clubs?
I didn't see it.
It doesn't matter. What was the 9 on the
So
river?
that betting was
7 of spades on the turn, that's what it was, and then 9 on the river. Something like that. Our graphics kind of screwed up there, but yeah, so she did make the call, and she did pipe that 9. So Jason and Ryan on our short stacks here. But even then, I mean, one double up, and you're solidly back in it, though.
Yeah.
Second one, Kings fans hollering at you.
Do I play or do I play well? Because those are 2 different questions.
We've seen. Haven't you played on the live stream once or twice? I think you have.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
go
barreled
back.
some wine.
Yeah, barreled some wine. So go back, check out our YouTube channel. I'm sure you can hunt down Taylor's live stream play. But yeah, I know he plays here. You know what? And I will say there's a huge stigma around dealers, and then when a dealer plays poker, that a dealer's not that good and stuff. And while I accept that, and I've seen that, and I understand what you're saying, a lot of Stone's poker dealers who do play here are not fish. You know what I mean? They are really good. We regularly see our dealers that play in the tournaments here go really deep. They make really deep runs in the tournaments here. You know, and that's pretty rad.
Ooh, Queen 6 monster flop for Rodolfo.
Top 2 pair. Ryan does have a redraw to a spade though.
He's got to be a little afraid of those spades. It's like 13K.
Rodolfo is in a love-hate marriage with his hand right here. Oh, and Ryan gets away. I'm not surprised. I mean, here's the deal. Ryan is drawing to. He knows if he hits his only out's a spade, and even then, and he's hoping it's good. He's still fingers crossed that it's good. You know. Lead berries. I know that a lot of dealers are forbidden. It depends on the type of game. I think, for instance, here, I think if you're a table game dealer, I don't think you can play table games. Can you?
I'm not sure.
I think most.
I don't
places,
know much about that side.
I think. Yeah, I know that we call it the dark side. We stick with poker guys. We like playing each other. But at the end of the day, I think that most table game establishments you can't play because then it's like your buddy could, you're playing against the house. Your buddy could stack the deck, yada yada yada. But in poker, it's different. I mean, you're sitting down. It's like the dealer's not going to change the deck. I mean, you're playing against the other players. You know. I do think you take a slight chance though in the fact that you're playing against the players that you deal with.
Yeah.
So there's a certain level of just respect there that you have to definitely, that you definitely have to, look out for.
And I obviously try to respect the players. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're going to sit there and needle players and soul roll them and jam it in their face because then next time you're in the dealer box, good luck.
No, I go to the other clubs to do that.
Do that. Do that elsewhere. Next, we're going to raise here under the gun. That under the gun classic raise here by Don. King 10. Ryan with ace 10. How does Ryan always have ace 10 when somebody else has king 10? How does that happen every time?
Is he on? No. It's like a little bit of confusion.
Yeah, I think we're figuring out what the min raise is. So maybe he meant to. Oh, no, he did just call. It looks like. Alexis chiming in with how you can raise or not raise. Waprai, what's up, buddy? Good seeing you, man. And we will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow night on the stream. Party on, bro.
Yeah.
Duck, duck, goose on the flop.
Boom.
An instant all-in from Ryan.
In.
I love it. So super quick check by Don, instant all-in from Ryan. I mean, come on. Can you really think can you put your opponent on any piece of that flop? Deuce, deuce, three. I mean, at the end of the day, you either have a pocket pair or you don't.
He knows his opponent has king 10, just like last time.
Yeah, dude. How does he get that every time?
Soul reads.
I know, soul reads. His soul's right out there. Oh, sealed the deal. Signed, sealed, delivered. The pot's yours. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to do tonight. I know, it's bad. Told you, this booth brings it out, dude. So I think it's safe to say that Ryan's favorite hand is ace-10 by a mile.
Yeah. He's got those glasses on. He can just tell when people have king 10.
So I think what the confusion is, I think he's just trying to explain it now. I think he meant, when he put in those chips, he meant to say all in. But it would have became a string and it wasn't enough to raise, so he was just stuck with whatever.
It like.
Yeah.
And then he held up his chips like, do you really think I would have left this much behind?
Yeah, yeah. Freedom Fighter, I think actually that's what, Ryan was actually trying to ship it pre.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out the way that the chip handling happened, so.
And that's the lesson of the day.
Yeah, oh my God.
Sure, you are very clear with your actions.
You know, and that's why I tell people, especially people who are new to the game, I just say it's better, especially if you're just learning instead of getting crafty and this and that. Just verbalize what you want to do, and we'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
All in is always going to be all in.
Yes, this is very true, regardless of the language.
You put them in
Jimmy
one
Bluffett,
chip at a time.
my buddy next to me is the one, the only, the Taylor Smith. He's a dealer here. He is a player. He is a degen. He is a student of the game. So he is joining us this evening.
Been here since 10 in the morning.
Nice. So you are currently, so you're about to hit, you just hit the 12-hour mark. So guys, like I said, anybody who spends 12 hours in a poker room, degen status. Boom. All right, ace 7-10 here on the flop. Lift City for everybody.
George with his classic 6-high.
Classic. 9 peels off here. This is going to give George the dummy end of the straight draw as well as a high end straight draw for Don.
4.
Of course George gets there.
What do you think? Like, he checks it. I was thinking he was going to throw in a little bet there.
Yep. So yeah, Jimmy Bluffett says, hey, nice to meet you. Jimmy Bluffett is he's an adopted family member of the stream here. You pretty much, I don't know if you can watch a popular poker stream on Twitch without seeing Jimmy Bluffett. So
I believe
make sure you say hi when you see him. You can see him on Twitch there. His name's Vocal Terror as well. So
I've been in I'm in the stream all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't been recently, but.
Oh, you can see there, we got Jay over there. Cobra actually is railing Jason, saying hi. Cobra's a beast himself, I'm sure. I think we've seen him on the stream a few times. Cobra is a Sacramento poker fiend. I've been seeing Cobra around for the past decade.
Yeah.
Since I was playing underage, Cobra is just all the way around. I see Cobra in Vegas, I see him in Reno, I see him in Tahoe. He is a poker lover.
I met him in Vegas, actually.
Yeah, did you?
I didn't even know he lived here when I met him. All the sack dealers were like, hey,
what's up?
We're inviting our friend Jay over, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I love it.
I met him that way.
Yeah, he's a super good dude. He's a fan. He was the one who actually built up, like I said, bingo bango one time on the stream when somebody nailed a flop, and he's like, oh, I love that bingo bango, man. We gotta make you a shirt, dude. Bingo bango all day.
Pretty good impression.
I was like, I'll take it. All in, George.
All in.
Oh, not George, I'm sorry.
Don.
Don pumping it.
Ace 4.
143K, ace 4. Way the best right now, actually. I said Perdolfo is actually slightly edged right there, I guess, but not enough to really want to be involved in that. Yeah, he's gone.
40%.
Peace out.
And George easily folds.
Blitzology, I totally agree with you. I love Julian. Actually, Julian, long before he got into just mashing poker, mashing 4-card Omaha Beastie Poker. He was my roommate when he was just working at Fry's selling computers, and we were just doing home games, our typical 25-cent, 50-cent home game.
Nice.
I'd river the crap out of him for $20. He'd be like, "Ah, so sick."
Wow.
And now I just see his Snapchats of just like, "Hey, I just made 10K. Omaha's easy." You know, and I'm like, I love Julian.
That's how it
Such
starts.
a good dude. He actually won a ring in the Omaha event at the last circuit I was played up in Tahoe. For sure.
That's how poker players are bred with those small little home games.
The home games are
I started playing poker when I was 16 years old with my buddies, $5 buy-ins.
So I started playing poker. I got a fake ID. I went to another larger casino that had just opened up over there. Yeah, you heard it. Can't prove it now. But anyways, I went to another larger casino down the street, and they just opened up. And this was, I was 20 years old, 19 years old, and they had all $25 minimums on blackjack. So I just went in there and I lost, I didn't have that much money, but I lost like $250, $300 in like 10 minutes. And I was like, guys, I want to keep like gambling, but I don't want to play here. This sucks. So then, like, hey, let's go play poker. I never played. Stopped, grabbed rolls and nickels and dimes and quarters, and the rest was history. And of course, you play those.
Legend was born.
Yeah, and you play those ridiculous home games too. They're like follow the queen and nines and one-eyed jacks are wild and blah blah blah. And they're just they don't make any sense, but they're just a blast.
Yeah, we would have $5 tournaments, like 2-table tournaments for $5. Like, I can imagine doing that now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then those $5 tourneys, you grind all night long. You're like, yes, I won. You're like, give me my $34.
And there's no drinks involved either when you're in high school. I mean, sometimes, but.
All right, so we got a solid raise by Don here, up to 36K from the button. Jason considering it from the big blind. I mean, the button is typical position where you're just getting a little crafty, trying to take down a pot, and that's not beyond Don's range here. And J-Mac ships it.
Ships it.
Oh man. And that's brutal here for Don. That's his entire stack, obviously here. No, it's not really his entire stack, but it's pretty much his stack. It's like 20K off. I mean, he knows it's his whole stack.
He'll have about 2 big blinds.
Yeah, no, I mean it's come on.
Actually,
it's for your stack.
Blinds, they're actually up.
Yeah, they're up to 612. The 2K ante is what kills you now.
Yeah.
J-Mac with the soul read, and that's great though. I mean, you got somebody making a move on the button, and you're like, unless you had ace high, I got you.
I think you have to. I think you have to ship it there.
And he does call, and this is what feels good though when you're Jason, when you ship it, and Dawn doesn't snap call, know you're ahead.
Yeah.
You know you're ahead, and that feels good.
J-Mac looks over, sees a Cobra, still watching.
Come on, he's a Cobra. You say, anybody see this? Does anybody see this? I'm ahead.
Cobra.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of rooting for Jason. Don seems like a nice guy, but we always love J-Mac.
Yeah, I would like to see him actually be able to play instead of,
Well, and everybody who doesn't love a comeback story. Super short stack coming in,
Absolutely.
going crazy. Sorry, all right, going to the flop.
Looks like there's 3 cards there.
Ooh, Whip City for everybody. Ace high still ahead. Oh, no, it's coming. We saw it's a queen.
paint.
I saw it's a queen. Okay. Oh, a little scary. Straight draw potential. It holds! It holds! Stand up, dude. Stand
Jason
up.
with
Give a good
another
clap, Jason.
Victory.
Stand up. How good do you feel? Oh, and then we have another resident beast on our stream over there, standing behind there in C2. He's been on our stream a bunch lately. He is loving it.
Repping the
Very cool
maple
dude.
leaf.
Yeah. Just had a birthday actually, and he's a huge fan of the stream. He goes back, he watches every stream he plays. He always tries to improve his game, and you gotta love that. I mean, if you think you know everything and you're not willing to learn or educate yourself on more and more poker, then you're kind of already done. You're already done.
And he just recently ran real deep in a local big tournament.
Nice, very cool.
He got second.
Nice, kind of love that, dude. I love it. Like I said, he's such a strong presence, man. The NorCal poker community, Sacramento area, I just love it.
It's great. You hear about people running deep, and you're happy.
Love it. Jason's up to 268K. Danger. Other players.
Are you ready? Jason's coming to the J-Mac show.
Yeah, Frederick is a beast. Yeah, Thunder runner up to Daryl Dyer. That's what it was. And you know what I love? So speaking again, 2 locals, love it. Frederick's a beast. Daryl Dyer, gotta love him. Daryl Dyer, I swear to God. Yeah, Daryl Dyer. A fun fact: Daryl Dyer also played at my home games. All these guys who played at my home games, man, like they're studs now. And you know what I love about Daryl Dyer is that he is so focused on art and skydiving and just being a free spirit. It's like he doesn't even play poker that often. But when there's a tournament series, he just rolls into town and he just crushes it and takes it down. And and I've heard him say this, he measures his tournament winnings in amounts of jumps for skydiving, right? Awesome. So he's like, oh dude, he's like, if I win this tournament, he's like, that's like 300 jumps for me. And I'm like, who does that? I love it. I absolutely love it.
Jimmy Buffett in with a Sacramento.
Yes.
Alexis is all in with aces.
Guys, I can guarantee you every single player at the table thinks the last possible hand Alexis has is aces.
Absolutely. They're not suited or connected.
Yeah. Hey, Swiper Monkey, I like that, man. I would love if we started a blog with our tournaments and what's going on and, cool kind of live chip updates and stuff like that. We probably need to get some manpower to do that because I know that we already spread JFK Stones pretty damn thin. So, as it is, tonight he's running around like an octopus with like 8 arms doing different things. Yeah. Look at that. We got a couple railbirds now. It got interesting. You gave J-Mac some chips. Stuff's going down.
Yeah. Look out. Poker games broken out.
Yep. I love it. So if you guys are anywhere around a Highway 80 in the United States, anywhere, get on it, drive to Stones. You'll be here. It might take an hour, it might take a day or two, but you will get here. Come on down.
And the game will still be going.
Yes.
We will probably have a cash game in.
Very true. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're running 8 games right now. And this is, just your typical Sunday night. And this is when other large events, too, are also going on around town. We have 8 games on a Sunday night, guys. Download the Stones Gambling Hall app. You can see our games. You can put your name up. Especially if you have one of those long drives, put your name up. You don't even have to talk to a real live person, guys. It's 2017 now. You can just click a button, put your name on the list.
Got an hour to get in here.
Come on down, grab a seat.
Boom.
Morrison, it's a short 22-hour drive. Easy money.
Yeah.
If you speed, you can get here in 20. It's easy money. What a beast.
I love being able to put my name up.
Oh yeah, it's so great.
Like one night I was doing the Veronica and Friends show. I sat down in the game because I was like, oh, my plans fell through for the night. And I was like, hey, I wonder what the Veronica and Friends list looks like. Oh, okay, I'll get on it.
Done.
Boom. Got in here, I was maybe 1 away from the top 9. And someone didn't show up, so I got right away.
I'm pretty fortunate, actually. I was born and raised around this area, but I live only about 5 minutes that way. And the cool thing is I'll put my name on the list, and I will just stay at home watching TV until I'm like a player or 2 away, and then I just hop in the car, come here, and sit down. Yep. It's so degen status, and I can't get enough of it.
It's awesome. All right, we got it all in from Don with 7s. He's got 7s again.
Yeah.
This time, no limp.
No limp.
Just going for it.
Well, you can. I mean, 48K. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's actually, we've joked about that too. When you're the short stack, it's easy to play because it's all in fold. And I saw a couple plaques go in there. And did J-Max make the call? Oh, he did. I just can't call him Jason. I just instantly default to J-Mac, guys. So Jason is J-Mac. I know we all know this, but I have to call him J-Mac.
You actually corrected yourself earlier. You said J-Mac, I mean Jason. And
it's brutal for me. It's weird. Most people call me Train. Sometimes they call me Justin. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
I get confused when people call you Justin, and I'm like,
I get confused too. We're all hanging out, and people are like, who? And I'm like, oh yeah, just kidding. Brick City 7 still ahead. Don could see a double up here.
I mean, have you seen Jason lose one of those?
I was gonna say, I was prepared to say J-Mac gives a little charity back, but he does not.
No.
J-Mac spikes it.
Without skipping a beat.
Bingo bango on the river.
Some might say.
J-Mac. Guys, J-Mac, force, get ready.
Boom. Look at that, 30 chips now.
Wow,
328K.
Super nuts. So that is going to put Don out in 6th place here. Great game, Don. Great showing by Don. 6th out of 124 players. He's going to go home with just about $2,400. not a bad day. So he's going to be profit of just over 2K. Super solid.
So everybody at the table got about a $300 pay bump.
Nice. Guys, you give J-Mac chips, danger, danger.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
And we've all done that. I mean, I know anybody who's watching this is a poker player. They've all played at tables. You've ever been playing at a table where you're sitting there and two players are all in and you're just thinking, I hope that guy doesn't win because that's the one guy I don't want to have chips?
Absolutely.
That's kind of the way I feel about this.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, don't give Jason chips because he really knows how to use them. He really knows how to use them, you know? I said Jason, I'm the worst. We're going to go with it though. I got to raise to 30K here by George the Beast, from one of the West Wing or the East Wing. Oh, all in from Alexis with Ace-8 and insta-fold by George.
Easy fold.
Roles were reversed there. George had the kind of the suited little gapper connectors, and Alexis had the ace.
Didn't even have to think about it. And we got Ryan in our short stack with 12 big blinds. So, not terrible.
Yeah.
Like I think at this point, if I have 10 big blinds, I mean, obviously I'm not in great shape, but I'm not playing any 2 cards.
Unless it's Ace-10. If you're Ryan and it's Ace-10, you just get it in there because it's good every time.
Yeah.
So
King-10 will get it in.
Yeah, I guess guaranteed somebody has King-10. Period. So there you go. Ryan 10-4 is not enough.
One of the 10s.
Exactly, and like an ace missing a leg.
Yeah, he might think the leg is missing.
Yeah.
Get a Sharpie.
Rodolfo's made quite a little deep run at this table for playing like I think a total of like 4 hands.
No, maybe not even that.
I mean?
Maybe not even that.
And like half those hands he was just forced to play.
Yeah, he was like, check.
Yeah. And you know what? Okay, so Jimmy Bluffett, you know, he's talking about what I said earlier. And you know what? And I'll say this though: if I take a brutal beat at a table, or I end up, you know, I don't know, maybe I make a bad call or a bad read, and I give my chips to somebody. For me personally, I feel so much better if my chips actually go, though, on the flip side, to a good player as opposed to just a super donkey nit player. Because I'm like, at least that guy's going to go on. Like, I give those chips to a good player, and I'm like, man, I really hope you go far and you do awesome things in this tournament. When I give them to a donkey player, I'm like, dude, you're gonna lose those chips on now.
Redistribute.
They're gone. They're just gone. You know?
You might as well have just shucked them up.
Yeah. Next time, I'm just gonna take them, put them in my pocket, and be like, oh, I'm DQ'd, and run out the door.
Peace.
Peace.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, it's bad. And you get tackled by like 9 security guards.
Skynet will find you.
I'm sorry, courtesy officers. Courtesy officers. Because they're courtesy to take those chips out of my pocket and put them back in the casino. I do love those plaques though. I wanted to steal one, but Justin JFK assured me that when they retire those plaques that I would get a few to frame.
A few.
Actually, I'm not going to frame them because I just love the way they sound when you hit them together. They sound
nice.
so great. All right, so it looks like just some limping around here. And we got Ryan and George heads up here. George was advantaged, but Ryan spikes his 5. George with a straight draw.
There was actually one tournament where the final table had so many plaques that people were actually able to cut them out like chips.
I love it.
Like stacks of 5, and it was awesome. Or stacks of 4, I'm assuming.
Yeah. George ships it, and Ryan, you get it, Ryan. You're a beast. Oh,
Yeah,
I think he's thinking about it. Yes, do it, Ryan. Dude, he was almost snap calling
it for the fans.
and I love it. Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Good for you, Ryan.
Boom.
Ryan and
Soul Reader.
Ryan soul reader. He's soul read George every single hand he's been in against him. I absolutely love it.
Boom.
I absolutely love it. I really hope Ryan holds here. I mean, he made a great read, great call. He's done this every time against George. That's good.
8.
Fades it.
Needs a 7, a 6.
Oh man, the 8 opens up an ace out too. God, what a beast! Get him, Ryan. Ryan's so cool. Like, people normally go, yeah, or they clap, and when he wins, it's just a simple little, just tap on the rail, just a little whoop.
Little yes.
But did you notice that posturing though? The second George jammed it, Ryan instantly stacked because he was like about to insta call.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Give me a second." Okay, yeah, I'm still going with it.
I think he just trusted his gut on that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, good for you, Ryan. Ryan's played exceptional at this table. He's made some really good calls and some tricky spots. Good for you, dude. Very cool. Very cool. I would not be surprised if Ryan doesn't catch any sort of like crappy run. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe like Ryan and Jason in the couple here.
Yeah.
Rodolfo's been playing pretty tight, but as it gets more and more shorthanded, if he keeps that up, that could actually hurt him, you know? So yeah, I wouldn't actually be surprised to see it get down to like a Jason Ryan scenario here. But you never know. It's poker. Anything can happen, guys.
Yeah. I think if you're Rodolfo, you're gonna get too much respect.
Yeah.
Anytime you're in a pot at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I mean, that's the thing is if Rodolfo's coming in hard or Rodolfo's 2-betting or 3-betting, I'm like, he's got quads.
I'm mucking
gone.
kings.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah. Gone.
Glad you didn't come in here with a suit. I would have looked real bad.
No way. No way. Just a little Skynet. We're just repping it.
They're watching you.
A Model T1000. Oh, listen to me. Come here immediately. Come with me if you want to live.
The Governor.
Yeah, kind of. You know, he's doing the new Apprentice show, and I said straight up, before it even aired, like long before it even aired, I said if they're in the boardroom, instead of saying you're fired like Donald Trump always used to say, I said if he doesn't say you're terminated, like they're missing out on a golden opportunity. And then I watched the show, I watched one episode, of course he says you're terminated, and then he tops it off with, you ready for this? Instead of normally they just like leave and they get into a limo in New York, but now it's in LA, and they fly him off in a helicopter, so now he says, you're terminated, and then he says, get to the chopper. I'm like, oh my God.
You will not be back.
Are you kidding me? Like, I was like, okay.
That's too funny.
I know. I was like, so you took it from like a not missed opportunity to just like way overkilling it.
I thought you were gonna say you will not be back.
I'm just waiting for me like if it bleeds we can kill it. You know, like I mean, all the way. All right, flop here, 9 Jack King all the way around. Ryan's 5's way no good.
Dolphin with a jack. Alexis picks up that pot.
Ah, dude.
Guess what she had?
Yep. Suited connectors.
Suited connector.
Crazy. Suited. Oh man, see that's why it's your first time. You don't know. Normally we got to stock you up with a couple Stones waters over there. Then we got to see suited. We got to cheers.
Boom.
Extra one. I don't even have an extra one. I think I brought that in my backpack. Anyways.
Oh
yeah, Stones water suited. Cheers. Oh, that's not even yours. You won't even drink it. That's
water
cheating.
flavored vodka. It was mine.
Drinking vodka on the
Water flavored vodka.
It's Stones vodka.
I just barreled 2 of those.
Nice.
I was a little nervous, so I had to barrel the complimentary vodka.
Complimentary Stones vodka. People are
now I'm like
dude,
jumping up and down.
Now you're gonna get a flood of people who come in here and they're like, "I'm here for the where's the? I'll take this complimentary Stones vodka, please."
Boom.
So we've got Ryan on the button here, 12K to call. Looks like he's more than 12K. Looks like 32K is the raise. Solid 2.5x bet here, and it's good. Take it down. Ryan has been playing very, what do I say? I don't know. I want to say methodical, but very just like he's aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? He is not just like kind of going with the tides. He's like, my ace high is good here, straight up. Sky B1, Sky Blade, what's going on? Thank you. It does deserve more than 77 viewers. And you know what? Our viewers actually are generally a little bit thinner on these random Sunday tournaments because people expect us. They know we're always going to be here on Monday and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So when we do these Sunday tournaments or sometimes during the poker series, we don't get as many viewers, especially on Sunday nights. It can get a little late because, you know, obviously we're broadcasting from the West Coast, so our East Coast viewers and around the world viewers, it's the middle of the night, so it's a little rough for them.
Yeah. And usually it would be, the stream would end by now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're actually still
we'd already be
going.
over, yeah. So, Jimmy Bluffett, you're out of here, buddy. I will see you tomorrow night. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Peace out.
Our race is 24K by J-Mac here with the 5s. Alexis makes the call. All hearts on the board here, 10-6-3. Alexis does spike a 3. She's going to fire out here.
23?
So she fires out about half pot, a little under half pot, 24K. And J-Mac's not buying it. J-Mac makes the call. King peels. Oh man, that's if that's an Alexis all-in card for sure.
Going with the Arnold references.
Yeah.
It's turbo time.
Oh, it's turbo time. Oh man, and if you're J-Mac here too, like you don't really put her on a king. It's like her hand's so gnarly disguised, like there's no way you could ever put her on king 3.
Yeah. I mean, he's lucky he doesn't have a better hand.
Yeah, I know. At this point, he's really, I mean, he's obviously he's redrawn to the heart, and I think he could think he's still, even then, even on the flop, he could think he's still redrawn to the heart. So in that case, the king didn't really change much. He's still going for the heart. But yeah. I think that in J-Mac's head, he knows that his only out, if it's even good, is the heart. That's kind of his train of thought here. And he's kind of thinking, she bets 45K, J-Mac still got 280. They almost have the exact same stack.
Yeah. And she fired on the flop, so she may have had a pair, maybe a big heart.
Why did they both table him? Was there an all-in and a... No, okay, it was. Okay, no. He folded and showed. I was so scared. I'm like, no, J-Mac, no.
Yeah,
I was like, no, don't tell me you shot.
What a crazy show.
No, okay, good. Nice one, J-Mac. I like that. Good.
All right, now we got Jason. Jason's a short stack, but not by much. Jason and Ryan still sitting about the same.
Just giving Jason some advice. Yeah. Just giving J-Mac. Tell J-Mac how to play. What's up? Yeah, we were all scared. Poker Pro Eric Wittology's like, oh my god, they're all in. Like, no, we're good. But it looked like that though, because he flips his hand, she flips her hand. I'm like, oh my god, what happened?
Hands, yeah.
The only thing that saved was I didn't see like the bright neon yellow all in button get flung at him, you know?
Rodolfo with the ducks.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to troll you. Sometimes we have to troll you, right? You gotta keep you on your toes.
He's got calling chips.
All 11 of you watching.
Alexis with King 9. She puts a chip. Oh, she calls. Jason also checks. To the flop and the duck.
The duck. Set city for Rodolfo.
Boom. Now Jason hits his 10 on the turn. He's got a fire here. I believe I heard 25.
So yeah, Jason spikes it. It was checked around on the flop, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean at that point you gotta think, okay, if nobody has an ace, you spike a 10. Definitely gonna fire.
Rodolfo with a little TV time.
Taking it. So we've totally done this before. We're like, and the Academy Award for set of deuces goes to Rodolfo.
Raise coming out. 54K. I mean, if you're Jason, can you put him on an ace? He was last to act.
No, but the other thing is you can also put him on, I mean, it was checked around, which is always a bit fishy. Jason's going to do the whole, like, let me just get a new seating position and figure out where I'm at here. You could always put him up, because your kicker's not strong either, so you could put him on, like, a 10 rando card. So he does call. He throws in a few plaques. He does make the call. And it would be really dangerous city if a 10 or 8 peeled off for Jason on the river. Then it would be game over. And hopefully J-Mac might be in check call mode here, depending on what Rodolfo bets. Pot's at 144. I think Rodolfo's probably going to fire he just fired 54, maybe 75K. That's what I'm thinking he's going to fire. Oh, even less.
Yeah, 55.
Oh, 45? Maybe he's making it so cheap for J-Mac, and that might set off some bells for J-Mac here. God, he's making it so cheap, and it's so nasty because J-Mac's now he's getting literally better than slightly better than 4-1 on his money.
Yeah.
And no, but I agree with Blitzology though. If you're J-Mac, you sit back, you think, dude, he's the tightest player at this table.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, but you're heat in the moment. I'd love to see it get a raise. He's going to pay him off. He is going to pay him off.
Because does he really check the flop with an ace there, third to act? I mean, I wouldn't think he would.
Oh, I just heard my name on there. I think JFK is talking about me there. Stop talking about me, JFK. I'm a ghost. I'm a stealthy ninja. I don't exist. Oh, so they are talking about a 5-way chop possibly. They can't chop for the first 2 hours of play. So, and they're about 20 minutes away from that, is what he said. If they were to talk about chopping an even 5-way chop, I think he said would be $5,700 a pop, something like that. And the cool thing about that, well, actually, no, that's still you wouldn't pay the tax man on that. Actually, you wouldn't. I mean, you always pay taxes for sure. America, but technically speaking, they are only required to claim taxes with the form if you have above a 5K profit, including the buy-in. Okay. So if this anything above 5350, you would be required to get hit with a tax form. And I don't mind paying taxes as long as I can show all of my vouchers being like, yeah, I did win this one tournament, but here's like my 20 grand in tournament buy-in. Yeah. Like I did not win. Boom. For sure. George here. King 7 suited, J-Mac with Queen 9. You know, I can't fault J-Mac for making that last call, and the thing is, honestly, God, Rodolfo made it so cheap for him, so cheap. I think if Rodolfo bet 75K, J-Mac can get away. Yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that was a pretty dang good size bet. I think I would have to call there all day long.
So raise to 42K from Ryan here. Ryan, you beast. Ryan is so cool, calm, and collected, man. I love when he wins. Like, Ryan's excitement is, Ryan's excitement's a quick little boom. Nothing crazy. You know, even I do like one of the just you know, just the, and he's just like a little boom, boom. He's just like setting down a drink. Boom, boom. Sound effects included. Yeah, Poker Pro Eric, I agree with you. Rodolfo's small bet is probably the only thing that got him paid on that. And it's actually a down bet from the previous raise to 54K, which you don't, I mean, down betting is weird. Down bet can set off all sorts of alarms and weird buzzers and radars because it's like, why are you betting less?
Does he have a monster?
Or you just don't know, do you have a monster? Do you not know what you're doing? Like, why are you betting less? You know, so the down bets can really throw off some weird signals.
Looks like we got a raise from Alexis, King 10.
I talk with JFK Stones too. I mean, I know we have a lot of experienced poker players who watch the stream, and a lot of people. Sometimes we have a lot of players who come in who are just starting, and they're like, "Hey, I've never even played poker, but I'm entertained. This is really a lot of fun." I talk with JFK about possibly throwing up some poker terms. So when we say down betting, or we say something like that, we just pop up a little blurb about like what that is. Down betting, basically when the next bet is smaller than your previous bet. Something like that. So I think
Stone's dictionary.
Yeah, so I think that's something we'll implement here. So like, oh, he's gonna float him here and see what happens. Like, what's float? And be like, oh, it's not just leaving it in the toilet without flushing. It's actually a poker term.
I mean, people that are experienced with the game, a lot of times we throw out those terms, and people are like, "What are we even talking about?"
Oh, they have no idea. They're like, "Dude, you're not even speaking English anymore."
You got a double gutter. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what a double gutter is. I mean, I'm bad at bowling when it goes on the side. I don't know. So Alexis with Ace King, way too crazy of a hand. She's gonna make it 60K to go. Blinds are 612 with a 2K ante.
Jason's dominated with two face cards. He made that fold look way too easy.
Oh yeah. Monster. Joseph M punching in Get the app there in the chat. So like we said before, guys, we do have our own Stones app. You can get on there, you can see the games that are running, you can put your name up. Most importantly, you can see the tournament schedule on there, which is really rad. You can also check out the menu over at Sammy's, which is fantastic. And something that I actually forget about too frequently, actually, is that Sammy's, all of our delicious great food is served 24 hours, the entire menu. So at the middle of the night, when you're coming home from whatever the heck it is, whether you're drunk, crazy, whatever, at the end of the day, if you don't want to have like the crazy fast food, come in, grab a meal, dude. I got guys who actually
all day long.
Yeah, they work graveyard shifts. They don't get off whatever till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and they couldn't get quality food anywhere, And so they just come in here now and they get like a super awesome meal.
Get pizza.
Yeah, the pizzas are amazing.
Yeah.
I try not to get them though, because I eat the whole damn thing.
Right.
Because they're so good. So we got a raise to 25K here by Jason.
Got Freedom Fighter with a read. He says 5x equals Ace K.
Oh, dude, straight up. No, she has done that a couple times for sure. George, the fearless monster. Looks like a repop to 60K.
Boom.
God, and if you're J-Mac, you're thinking like, I really don't want this to be the one time that George actually has me dominated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ghost in the house.
He's already put in close to a quarter of a stack.
Yeah.
It'll make it roughly half a stack to if he makes the call.
Yeah, and the problem is his calling is just so weak with 4s.
Yeah.
But also, and George's stack, look at, wow, I did not see George's stack size is greatly reduced now. George is around 300. He was up at like 600 or 700.
He had a significant bigger
so
chip stack.
George is really falling down now. So he is just gonna flat it here.
If you see his left hand stack,
His right hand stack's still solid.
Ooh,
This could be trouble for Jay. This could be trouble for J Mac.
Gorgeous flop for Jason.
Yeah, because dude, that's just
all in. There it is.
That just looks like it totally would have missed George's range here.
Looks great.
Like if you're J Mac, you got to think there's no way you have any of that. That's in trouble. This could be trouble. I would not be surprised to see J Mac make the call here. I'd love to see him get away from it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him make the call. That random paired board like that, I mean, unless you already put him on an overpair, you can't put him on having 8 or 9.
Yeah.
You put him on a couple of paint cards, even if you put him on ace rag, you don't think it's ace 9, ace 8, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right now I'm probably thinking that he has 2 ups.
And the problem is, it's George. So it's like, he'd do that with anything. And that's kind of what J-Mac's thinking here. But he knows it's first tournament life, and that's the rough part here.
I think if George has 10s or better, he just ships it.
Yeah. I think George ships with any hand. I think George had deuces, he ships it there.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And right there, J-Max knows George has him covered. J-Max literally just counting out his chips to figure out where he's at if he folds this pot and how he can make a comeback from there. So he's just doing some math. Okay, I have about 100K, blinds are 612. It's gonna leave me short stacks, but if I'm really beat right here, do I even want to be part of this? Take your time, dude, we get it. Not an easy choice.
It's crazy because he probably.
Yeah, he's gonna make the call. He does make the call.
He thinks he's ahead.
Yeah, I can't fault him for that. It's a bummer to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. He was hoping George just had a couple of randos.
Ace.
2, yeah, okay, 3 pair for him. Come on, 4. 2 outer here for J on the river.
And a 7's no good.
That is going to seal it up for J-Mac. Certainly quite a ladder climb for him, though.
Yeah.
Definitely climbed up there. That is going to take 5th now for just shy of $2,800. Coming in, dead last short stacked into this final table. Actually, not the shortest stack, but the next shortest stack. It's all the same at that point.
Yeah.
Came in with 84K, ends up climbing the rung, man. Makes an extra, like, 2.5K. Solid.
Wow.
Where's the 4? Dealer is broken.
Yeah.
Does not compute. And then there were 4 left, guys. Click that heart, subscribe. We're here with you for debauchery of poker twice a week here, every Monday and Wednesday evening.
A minimum of twice a week.
Minimum.
This week it's
Absolute
3.
I'm still on the fence about what the heck I should wear in the booth with Norman Chad. I don't know. I consider wearing the money suit because, let's face it, why not give Norman Chad some ammo to talk some smack? But I don't really know. I don't know. It's a good question.
You gotta have a shirt that says like my ex-wife was my other ride's my ex-wife or something.
Yeah, or maybe I'll get a shirt that's like I'm with this guy or something. Like we're not together or something. I don't know, maybe something with an arrow that points to
the
him.
wrong way.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is if I get one, I'll have to get one either with each arrow or just set up in advance of where I'm going to sit. Like I'm sitting here because this arrow points to this guy. Maybe that's what I'll do. I got to get something with an arrow. Maybe I'll get a shirt that says like Lon McCarran stand-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
rip on Lana a little bit.
I did a little
Well, he's
looking
not there
around.
to defend himself.
I did a little looking around for getting a custom suit, like printed, like wherever they print these crazy suits that I get. I want to see if I can get a custom suit printed, and it was going to be all Norman Chad heads.
Wow.
And then I was just going to come in wearing a Norman Chad
Wow.
suit. But then I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, honestly, if I could find it like cheap, I'd do it. But like any of the custom places who print that, they're like, it's gonna be like, oh, it's $500. I'm like, look, I'm down for a good gag, but not like a $500 gag.
Right.
Like, I'm not balling quite that hard, but thank you.
God, that would be sick though.
Oh, I'd be so down. Yeah, I will. You know what? I'll get a custom shirt made though. Something like something having to do with Lon McCarran, or like not. Maybe a shirt that just says not Lon McCarran.
There you go.
How about that? You guys down with that? What do you guys think in the chat? Chime in. What a shirt that says not Lon McCarran.
We are open to your
suggestions.
Suggestions.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Phil Helmy says maybe wear a shirt that says I'm a stupid. Maybe try not to alienate our guest host coming in for the first time. Maybe, but then again, it's Norman Chad, so I would imagine his skin is pretty thick.
Who knows?
I don't know. You got 9 ex-wives. You got pretty thick skin.
Boom. Zinger.
Zing. And if you get a sick burn, we have Cold Stone's water available for that.
That was the sound effects.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I appreciate that. Just cool it down. Right? All right, so Raise by Alexis here. Big Lick suited here to 32K. Looks like Ryan does make the call.
Ryan has ace-10, we know that.
Woo, look at that.
We don't actually know that Ryan has ace-10.
But I feel that, of course, he has ace-10 every hand here. Oh, there's Rodolfo's in the pot, too. I didn't see him. I thought the pot looked a little juicy. So great flop for Alexis. It doesn't get much better than that with 6-9. Good lord. Possible runner, flush draw. She's already got a top pair, straight draw as well.
Ryan just keeps rubbing his cards on that diamond and they're not showing up.
Shit, that's messed up.
But I'm gonna assume he has ace-10.
Look, you can see our dealer here. He does have a mic. He is communicating with our booth guys, saying that we can't see Ryan's cards. And Ryan's super cooperating. He's like, "What do you mean you can't see these?
Yeah,
I've rubbed them on it
right
all I
on the
can. Like, I
diamond.
can't do any more than this." So guys, if you are just tuning us, the way we check these cards is those little diamond patterns you see in front of the players. They have sensors on them. All of the cards have RFID chips in them, and then that's how we read the cards. Sometimes we get random interference from electrical devices. One time we had, Skynet. One time we had a guy's, newer, like, crazy RF, like Mercedes key, and he just had his keys on there as his card protector. So it was just totally screwing up his read. You couldn't see it at all. One guy had a chip protector that was like this all like metal bronze statue that was totally screwing it up, you never know.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, always the worst. Hashtag the worst. Right,
Is it though?
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Alexis.
King 10.
There's
muck.
no way. There's
King
no
10
way.
in the muck.
There's no way that Alexis mucked King 10 under the gun right there. Those card reader lied to you. Somebody lied to you. Somebody was lying there. Hands down. Period. I mean,
And Ryan didn't have ace-10.
let me know if you disagree with me right there.
It wasn't King 10
But
ace-10.
there's no way Alexis mucked King 10 under the gun right
I don't.
Hands down. The same girl who raises 5x a Queen Jack under the gun? No way she
I don't
mucks
think
King
so.
10.
I don't think so.
All right, Queen peels off. No help to anybody here.
Rodolfo's King High is still good. Throws out a bet here. It's going to get a lot of respect, I think. Yep, George holds it.
Start calling George Jorge. Gonna go with the other pronunciation.
Why not?
Jorge. Seek to. Where'd Ryan go? Ryan's a Houdini. He disappeared.
Body break.
Oh, okay. He just pulled like a ninja vanish, threw around a smoke bomb. And
I know. That's what I thought. He like this. He went.
Exactly. The typical super nonchalant and boom, vanish.
Gone. Camera tricks.
So everybody's
Smoke
pretty
and
close.
mirrors.
It's 583, 513, 491, and then our short stack has about half that. So we got 3 players right. And so I wouldn't actually be surprised to see a chop here, especially if our short stack doubled.
Yep.
I would not be surprised to see that.
Poker Pro Eric in with the King 10 wasn't suited.
Yeah.
Easy fold.
Classic. Classic standard. These are all terms. Oh my God. Speaking of Julian, man, when I lived with him, everything you ever said, like his just typical agreeable term comment was standard. That's what he would say. So everything you were like, oh my god, can you believe this? Like, oh, the dishwasher broke or something. He's like, standard. He just laugh and say standard. So every time I hear that, like it's like burned into me for life. I can't not think of Julian when I hear the term standard. It's hilarious.
Rodolfo picking up a hand this time.
And again, I give Rodolfo so much more credit than like most other players because he's played so tight at this table.
And I believe there's a call.
So we don't see a Larry. Alexis, suited connector's not surprised there, and she does spike a flush draw. She loves it. Alexis is super. You gotta give it to Alexis though. Super aggressive though.
Yeah.
And it gets through. It gets totally paid.
I mean, she had 6 high.
No, that's what I mean.
Take down the bot.
How many times have we seen 6 high at this table take it down? I love it. So you will give that though, that Alexis's aggression does definitely pay sometimes for sure.
Sometimes you don't have to be ahead.
Yeah, no way. I'm a victim of flopping those hands where I'm like open-ended, straight flush draw with 2 overs, yada yada yada. Where basically like any card that could come, like mince my hand, like bring it, and I almost like slow play it. And I just get brick, and my hand turns into nothing.
And you're like,
and I'm like, I didn't know I should have been betting trying to take it down there. I had no idea. Like, what happened?
You're like, I had the world of outs.
I'm like, I'm the worst.
Had to come.
I'm the worst.
And they did.
Like,
too many outs.
Apparently, they had to fade half the deck, and they did. I don't know how that happened. Your ace high is good? Question mark.
J-Mac earlier.
Yeah, right? Oh my God, how did he fade all that against her? Crazy. Alexis here. Make the call. Ryan is in the hand. There we go. There's Ryan's cards.
Ryan checks his option. Ryan spikes his 6. Check, check. 2 pair now for Ryan.
Whiff City for everybody else. I mean, short of people just making super buy-it bets. There's no action. Oh, Ryan checks again.
Check.
That's about his only dang chance to get any money out of this hand.
Yeah.
God, we couldn't. He tried so hard to let anybody else get anything, and they just couldn't. And nobody can call. Ryan, buddy, there's just no way you were ever going to make money in that hand. End of story. Like, any way you would have made money is checking around and letting people at least try to fire a bet there. Nightbot chiming in, the Stone Spring Classic coming up here, guys, end of February, going into early March. Going to be fantastic. We're going to have Kevin Martin in the house, a huge online poker streamer. Norman Chad in the house. You're going to be stuck with him and me. And going to be good times, lots of fun events going on in that.
Great events.
Yeah, and lots of great satellites getting into the main event in that. I don't know if I have the flyer in front of me here. Ooh, I do. Ooh, piece of candy. All right, so lots of main event mega satellites going into that. $110 satellites where 1 in 5 win a seat, and I love those satellites because they give away a lot of seats. I mean, 1 in 5, like, it's great. You're like, oh, and here's another 15 seats. Here's another, you know. So the main event is going to have 3 flights, it looks like, at $450 a whack, $125K guaranteed. Big money. Get here. Do it. It starts, the main event, day 1A starts on Thursday, March 2nd. Then 1B and 1C are that Friday and that Saturday. So get here. There's a classic warm-up for $120. Let's see, monster stacks at $500, guaranteed for $75K. Classic deep stack, classic. $350 buy-in, $40K guaranteed. Just some solid tourneys in here. Boom. So check out the app, check out our website, Stones Spring Classic. Be here, do it.
That monster stack, though.
Oh, I love it.
That's a great.
That was my favorite tournament to play in the last class because I mean you really they give you time to play.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh my God, it's a crapshoot and you know after 6 hours of poker it's like you really get to play.
$75K.
Yeah, solid.
I just saw George's hand with ace-3, and I looked up at the top, and I saw those 3 aces, and I was like, wow, little monster flop. And I was like, oh, that's not the flop.
Just kidding. He needs all those aces.
Is anybody at Mercer talking to you?
Oh, they're gonna. Anybody?
I hear
Is anybody averse to talking
wheel
chop
bells.
deal?
George picks up the hand with ace high.
Canadian shooter. Oh, our favorite super smack talker. I love it. And that's Veronica's favorite because they talk like all sort of Canadian folklore together. Yeah, it's very intense. It's very intense. Canadian shooter, always a pleasure, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Boom, cheeky little stream guy.
Did you hear the word douchebags?
Did Alexis just say we wouldn't be douchebags or don't be douchebag? Alexis gives zero shits, and I love it.
Yeah.
If she's talking about it would be about what second place is, let's see what second place is here on the money.
She's explaining to the players that they're basically getting second place money.
Yeah, and don't be a douchebag, a hashtag. So apparently you get almost second place money, I guess, for four-way chop evenly. Second place money, $67.40. Right now, if you bust out, you're $3,500 and then about $4,700. So. It's been a long day. I love Ryan. Just kind of listening to the chop talk here.
He's saying, it's been a long day, just give me some money.
Yeah, just give me monies. I want to keep listening to this chat, but Swolluminati, to answer your question, the buy-in was $350 to this tournament.
You got 55.
All right, we've got Rodolfo and George in this hand.
Fun little flop here.
Rodolfo fives are ahead. He's got betting chips. The chop talk's still happening, even though we got a hand.
Oh, I love it. And chop talk directly affects a hand, at least when I'm in it too. Like
absolutely.
Like I'm like, well, I don't want to go all in and get rivered here if we're really going to chop here. You know what I mean?
I think there was a no. I don't know who said it. I'm assuming Ryan because he's the one not in the hand.
I don't know, but I would have. I figured we would have heard Alexis maybe drop another douchebag term once or twice. Okay, so you're the douchebag.
There you go.
No, you know, and honestly, no fault to anybody. If they do go to actually vote for a chop, they do it anonymously. They throw in cards, and it's a face down vote, so nobody really knows who said no. But yeah, I mean, I can't. Oh, George said no. Apparently, I can't fault any of these players. Sometimes you don't want to chop because you just like playing it. Sometimes you don't want to chop because you think you're better than the other person. Sometimes you just don't want to chop because you know what? You think other people are tired, and you just want to play your damn game.
There's a bunch of reasons not to chop, and there's a bunch of reasons to chop.
Yeah, exactly. I
would never fault anybody for.
I'm always cool
I'd
either
be
way.
disappointed if I was short stack.
I'm always cool either way. Like I know a couple people like for instance Daryl Dyer, who we were talking about earlier, never chops. Does not matter if he's super short stack and they offer an even chop. He does not chop. I play it down every time. It's for him. It's a purity of the game type scenario.
Yeah. And I respect that.
And there's also
if you're gonna do it one way or the other 100% of the time.
Yeah, I respect that. And it's funny because I did hear him also say something like we've talked about this before with JFK Stones in the booth about going down to heads up. Sometimes you don't want to chop because you know Justin Kelly has to work at 6 a.m. JFK Stones, you're absolutely right. I hate you. I love you. Needle, needle, needle. I hate your face. But yeah, no, we've also brought it up that sometimes getting down to that heads up experience, you don't get that very often. You don't get the opportunity.
No, not
to
at all.
that. So playing four-handed, then three-handed, then heads up, it's really nice to actually get that real-world experience, and you don't get that, and that will help hone your game, especially in those scenarios where there's no chance of a chop in like a big event.
Yeah, I think people with heads-up experience are usually the people that were playing online.
Yeah,
or currently playing online.
Yeah,
and you don't see it. You don't get live heads-up that often.
Still hammer for that stream talk. I love it. Or for that chop talk. A Canadian shooter chimes in. I love it. In Russia, game chops you. Fantastic.
Boom. Love it.
Yeah, I know we normally write down some key hands and cash play, but I figured I'd write one down here. That's the main one that sticks out to me, although I should have wrote the time, but sometimes I just forget.
Let's call it early on in stream.
Yeah.
You know what you really need to do?
What should I do?
You need to get a shirt with that.
That's it. What do you guys think? I should get a shirt with a little doodle of Norman Chad putting on a little like goatee and some snidely whiplash mustache on there? Let's do it.
Speaking of Whiplash, I heard you, I think I heard on one of the streams that you were playing Quiplash.
Oh, it's a great game. Quiplash is great.
Were you playing it? How are you playing it? Were you playing it on?
Oh, I played at home. I just generally invite people over and we get hammered drunk and we just play Quiplash on the TV. I hook up my laptop, we throw it on the big screen. Yeah. But you can play up to 8 players. And actually, I had a couple. I went over to a couple. We had a couple parties with a bunch of Stones dealers there, and we all played it, and just an absolute blast. For those of you who are familiar, Quiplash is part of like the Jackbox party game sets. The Quiplash is absolutely great because it's essentially picture Cards Against Humanities, but you write your own answers in.
All blank cards.
Yeah, so it's just a hot mess of awesomeness. I will tell you this: I've played it in different scenarios. I played Quiplash once with like in a family-friendly environment with like aunts and uncles and stuff, and it was the most boring thing ever. Then you play with your super like Veronica gutter mindset over here and like just drinking, and then it's exactly what you would think it would be. Just a hot mess of awesomeness.
Yeah.
So.
And you can actually find it on Twitch too. Like,
yeah.
My first
people streaming it?
My first experience playing it was on Twitch.
Nice.
So they actually encourage you to watch it. I mean, it's delayed.
Yeah, but it's cool though.
But it still works.
Yeah.
You can go use your phone or you can use the computer you're on and. We got Rodolfo.
You gotta give it up to Alexis, dude. Still hammering that chop top.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm just kind of looking over there for a little precursor of what's going on. I know. I get a little like half hour in the future glimpse. Look at this. George says, guys, I have wings of chips around me. I'm surrounded by my chips.
Yeah.
I'm not chopping, is what George is saying.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind.
Looks like they're going to a vote.
Not anymore, I told you. Okay, so I have 160 minus.
Ryan, pull in your chips! Ryan, pull in your chips!
I know, it's bugging me. It's making me like super nervous, like Ryan pulling those chips.
It might help his chop odds a little bit. Yep.
There you go, look, even Justin walks up to his
Justin's
front.
like, what is that?
Take
You're
your
in a
money.
hand, aren't you?
I'm not willing to take less than
Yeah, here at Stone's, if you're negotiating in chop, they do not stop the clock.
Absolutely not, and they shouldn't. That's not, you shouldn't even do
I
that.
like it. It's their time.
Brett McCall, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we are doing a little 40K Stones guaranteed here. They are down to the final 4. Alexis is really pimping this chop talk. Let's listen in.
2,000 on the top. How much is it right now? I'm sorry. I forgot. Make it an even 6,000.
Me personally? I'd make it 53.50. I'd be like, give me my 53.50 because, guys, we all know how that works with the tax man,
Nobody
man.
countered my offer.
I'd say give me my 53.50 and like you guys figure it out. And I've seen some really elaborate chops before. I've seen chops where they say, okay, and I don't even know why this guy agreed to do this, but basically this one guy agreed to take the full payment of like 20K in his name or something like that, and take the tax hit, and then cash other people out smaller amounts. And I'm like, unless you have some super clever, weird write-off scheme, that just seems like, I don't know, but you know what? I don't know people's finances.
I mean,
you know,
I've seen European players do it.
Yeah.
A lot of European players, they don't have to pay taxes on their winnings. So
No.
a lot of times they'll be like, hey, I don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, they don't care.
Give me more or whatever. Yeah. Give me a little bit more and I'll
yeah, I'll handle your finances. You have to pay me extra to be my accountant.
yeah.
All right, so guys, that is officially a no chop, and game will continue.
They went to the vote?
I don't think it did.
Got Alexis all in. What do you think she has? Suitor
I can see it right there.
connectors.
Suitor connectors. Suitor, hey, cheers. Suitor connectors. Guys, if you're watching at home, every time we say suited, you grab your drink, you cheers it up. I don't care what you're drinking. Canadian shooter's probably drinking a Moscow moose instead of a mule because he's Canadian. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Now Ryan, look at Ryan over here. See Ryan the way he's grabbing his ships. I feel like he's ready to just jam it right now. Like I feel like he's just waiting for Rodolfo to get out of the way so he can just like ship in his ships.
I mean, I think it's a good idea to stop and pay attention to what these guys are saying, because you can get a read based on what they're saying.
Absolutely. Brett McCall, real quick, I want to listen in, but if you're just tuning in, Alexis has been very kind of trigger happy here. She loves suited connectors. If you go back and watch the stream, this shove makes sense.
Folding posture.
Yeah.
From Ryan. He's got his cards up. He's got them tipped up in his.
Oh yeah,
fold.
wow, super tipped up. Yeah, Alexis has had some interesting play tonight. She loves suited connectors. She is pretty dang aggressive with her play. Yeah, exactly. It's working out for her, though. I mean, you know, she's four-handed, right? So. I'm willing to play. Did you hear that? She's like, guys, if you don't accept my chop, I'm willing to play like a total maniac. And we just saw her ship it with 5-7 suited. So I believe her.
This. She's got.
Oh, and then she gets 10. Look, all in again, guys.
I wish she showed that last hand.
She is setting up her image for just massive craziness here.
She just said she was gonna play like a maniac.
I know,
Wakes up with 10s.
How do you do that?
Crazy.
Oh, Rodolfo looks like he's interested.
Ryan folds one of the 10s.
Oh, Rodolfo looks back at the clock.
Ace, 8 of clubs. He knows the chop's not coming 4 ways.
Rodolfo looks like he wants a piece of this. Now, Rodolfo does have less than chips, so even if he did win the pot, Alexis would still be in.
I think he's letting the payout scroll by.
Exactly what he was doing. Justin walking by with a clipboard there.
Dun dun. Dun dun.
Hunting, we're hunting.
JFK with the shutdown of the chop top.
Dude, I love it. She's like, well, just take 2K off the top and do this and do this. JFK, and like, what did he say? He's like, you want me to calculate all that? Seems like a lot of work. You should have done that. Does he flip it? I believe he does make the call. He is all in.
He does.
Brett
And
McCall.
there's a certain amount of respect you have to pay to the players.
Well, dude,
after they say no, like.
Dude, I know you. I mean, she gave a very super tilty image. Like, there's no way she should ever have 10s there. Like, I understand his call when they say it. Oh, ace right there. She is not liking life here. She's down to the one remaining 10.
Because Ryan folded that other 10.
That is it. No other potential. Yep, she is sticking it out. One outer to come.
River. That's the river. It's a queen. No good.
Yeah, boom. So she is going to double up Rodolfo, who has the patience of a saint. That guy is like, and I love it because he's only been playing super monster hands, nut, and finally he's like, I think my ace is good here.
That's the worst hand he's played.
I know, it's the worst hand he's played, but I mean, you gotta though. I mean, here's the deal. Obviously, she didn't win this pot, but you almost have to respect the fact that she made herself look super crazy, and so she's gonna induce that call when she has a big hand all day long.
Yeah, even from a super tight player.
And she wanted him to call. I mean, you show me ace 8, I want you to call all day. So at the end of the day, like, yeah.
She got what she wanted.
Canadian Shooter says would have got there an ultimate bet. Dolfo, our resident chip leader after that pot, monster.
Alexis takes a huge hit.
Dude, that was huge. It was huge. It's gonna be huge.
Very huge.
I believe you spell huge with like a Y and 6 U's and then GE, like huge.
Huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, look at that. Rodolfo and George are big daddy stacks here, followed by Ryan down there with about 18 bigs, and Alexis now on the short stack with less than 10 bigs.
9 bigs.
We're gonna build a wall of chips. It's gonna be huge.
Look at George's posture. He's like,
Dude, he looks. I feel like he's like the emperor. Like,
Yeah,
yes, let the pots flow through you. Yes.
get George a throne.
Yeah. Yeah, rating 315. I mean, that's just the way it goes right there. I mean, Alexis made herself look super splashy and got the exact call she wanted when she had 10. She got a call with 1 over, you know?
George picking up 4s on the small blind.
Oh, and George limps.
Limpy.
Oh, and
All
then she
in.
jams it.
Let's see.
Oh, snap call for sure.
Unsuited connectors.
Unsuited connectors. God, Alexis
But
does
2
love
overs. How
But
lucky
Alexis
is
was
that?
Alexis was good. Yeah, I mean, how do you get 2 overs there against 4s? But I mean, there. I mean, you're just, and that's such a great position for you to be in. George has like the best possible hand. Brick City. She's gonna need a 6 or 7. 1 7 is dead. She's got 5 outs here. Queen peels.
Not gonna do it.
No bueno. Again, 5 outs, 1 card to come here, 12%. Can she do it? Drum roll, please. Blah, boom. Close.
And it's an 8.
She's open-ended if there's an ocean card. We're good.
Let's play it to the ocean.
Well, you know, Alexis, that is going to knock her out in 4th here for 35-68. Gotta give it up to her though. She played a hell of a game. I mean, you know, granted, she played some, I don't know, I guess you call it unorthodox poker, but it worked out for her. She got 4s. She went deep. She talked up a hell of a chop thing. She got unlucky there at the very end, you know, about, you know, pushing with 10s. I mean, she got the call with the 1 over like she wanted.
Yep.
All in all, I mean, you know, congrats, man. Good game.
And I think she got a little tilted with the no chop.
Yeah. Well, at least she gave off this tilty image. Look at George. He's like, I'm too busy. I don't even know what stack to put this in.
What are chips?
Just move it.
What are stacks?
Like, the dealer has to like help him. Like, could you just get these out of my way?
He's all, I gotta deal the cards here.
Seriously, could you just? That's great.
You got this whole red area. Stick them somewhere in there.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, I mean, even if she wasn't getting super tilty over the chop talk, she gave the appearance that she was, and so she got the exact thing she wanted when she jammed with 10s. It just didn't work out in her favor, and that's just the way it goes.
Perfect timing. It really was perfect timing, just bad result.
Yeah.
George scooping in all of his chips and a card.
I was like almost basically hiding his cards under the mountain of chips. George needs to do. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm just going to get paid minimum wage, and I'm just going to do housekeeping for George. I'm just going to take care of all of his chips, make sure they're in the correct stacks for him. Just stack his
I mean,
chips.
it's 10.50 now.
That's good, yeah. I had to ask that the other day to somebody, and they told me it was 10.50. I was like, mind blown. I'm like,
It's gonna be 15 at some point.
welcome to computers.
You go into McDonald's and you'll be like, hey, can I have a cheeseburger? And they're like, insert credit card.
Replaced.
Beep, beep, beep. Skynet. I have to keep going back
I know,
to Skynet.
Skynet, for sure. The Model T1000
Yeah. Get to the chopper.
metal alloy. All right, so to the flop here.
You will not be back.
Top pair for Rodolfo.
George has a hidden hand. I think it's, oh, it's not. It wasn't 6 high.
Yeah, no, because he would have definitely hit that 6. And it's good. Rodolfo's bet gets through. Ship the pot. The rich get richer. Daddy Warbucks on the top end. That's going to push his stack to just about 800K now. So he's pretty much tied with George. I mean, these guys are chilling right now.
Yeah, and it's such a silent chip lead. Like George, like George is sitting there with
look at that
mountains of chips.
Rodolfo and George, 800K basically, and then Ryan, you know, like a 3-1 underdog.
Yeah, and they're only 10K apart. But Rodolfo puts off this image like
it does. It does, exactly, and like, yeah, I don't know what, it must be just the chip denominations, because George just has like this like wall of chips.
It's just amazing how people's images can change so much. They have the same chips, but you're like, oh, George is way in the lead. No, he's not.
No,
he's
it doesn't.
Really not.
He's not at all. And so Rainy315 chimes in and says, hey, my money's on Ryan to take it all home. Ryan, like you said, is very methodical, has been playing very good. We're going to see how he plays short-handed. Right here, I'm surprised right there. Queen 3 suited, 3-handed, on the button. I'm not jamming it, but I'm making it a
I mean, another soul read. He was dominated by Queen 5.
I mean, I'm making that bet here. Now, this is where it's going to come down to. Oh, and George would have pumped it hard on you. But I mean, for me, this is where 3-handed play, and this is what we were talking about earlier. This experience is invaluable here. This 3-handed play, you really got to open up your range. You really got to be willing to play like sort of some paint anything, suited cards. You gotta really just kind of expand your horizon here. Then again, if you're Ryan, you're up against the 2 stacks that have the exact same amount that have you out chip 3-1. You have to be careful to pick your spots as well.
Yeah.
Canadian Shooter has some odds for you. He says, what are the current odds on T. Smith owning a van with an octagonal steering wheel? I don't think he does.
What?
I don't think he does.
I do not have a van.
Are you sure that wasn't yours? The one parked outside said free candy painted on the side?
Do I have to admit this?
No. He pleads the 5th, guys. He pleads the 5th. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Brett McCall, I have work tomorrow. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all.
I have work tomorrow too. Not as early as this guy.
I have to be up when it's still dark, and it's dark right now. Loud noises, I'm angry. That's what you get.
Just do a Ryan like.
That's what you get for being JFK and hiring commentators who just go final table tournaments all day, so you can just call me in here when I'm supposed to be at home sleeping. But yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Look at me.
Pack your bags, you're going on a guilt trip.
Boom. Choo choo. There's a guilt train.
Ah, I'll take that, because it was clever. All right, so George here spikes a deuce on the flop. Ryan with top pair. But any pair is good enough for George to fire, especially heads up.
Boom.
Pot's at 32K. George's going to fire out a quarter, 25. Ryan's just going to flat call here.
Okay.
4 on the turn, or 6 on the turn.
Can you say gut shot outs?
Yeah. So George picks up a few more outs. He checks it. I'm kind of surprised that his hand improved and then he checked, but it is kind of scary with Ryan just flatting behind. I'm surprised George.
We're pretty large. Oh, actually, it wasn't a large bet. I thought it was bigger than.
I'm surprised George's hand improved and he didn't call there. I think, yeah, that's interesting. I think part of it may be possibly not wanting to give Ryan a lot of chips, that considering him and, Rodolfo are both the big stacks at this point.
I think he said, hey, I have a pair, I'm going to fire out, try to take a pot. And since there was resistance, he decided, nope, not going to do that. Justin's a very normal person. It's like the normalist.
Definitely not. The abnormalist.
I really want to get on that Veronica and Friends game again. Nothing more fun than barreling wine and barreling chips at the same time.
And people don't understand, Veronica and Friends, I'm like, guys, it might be labeled as a 1-3 game. It's not even close to a 1-3 game. Tell me the last 1-3 game you played where you're like, I had to bring $2 or $3 grand in my pocket. Like that's how that goes.
Not a dancing career, huh? George picking up another pot, 8s this time.
Don't look at me. There's some things that are meant for the chat.
It's just
some
a no comment kind of situation.
That are meant for
Hashtag Pole Train.
I took a few classes.
It's done. It's done with Pole Train.
Oh God.
It's
Mic drop. Mic drop.
done.
Mic drop. The worst. You guys are the worst. I brought it on myself though. It's getting me mad.
You did. You brought the Pole Train on yourself.
God dang it. Rodolfo here from the small. King 9.
Dealers, huh?
It's crazy. No cat calling from the booth, dude.
Come on.
So heads up, Rodolfo versus George. King 9 versus 10-5. George spiking a 5. Rodolfo quick checks over to George, who easily gonna bet 40K here. Overbets bets more than pot.
Bleh.
Just spews pot chips.
He's like, I got a 5. Can't even control himself.
You know, it's just my luck. I'd totally not be surprised that this is like the one stream where they're not going to chop and they're going to play all night and it's going to be the longest heads-up session ever. And I told Justin, I told JFK, that I had to work early and I hate his face. And of course, this is going to be the one where like, oh, of course we're not going to do a chop.
And then he still hits you with Pole Train.
God, I know, the worst. You're the worst.
He's like, you're
JFK
staying
is the
up
worst.
for the Pole Train.
I think if I just drew eyes on my eyelids and just sat here and went to sleep.
I'll do it too.
I
What, you mean you've been awake this whole time?
did. Crap. Oh my God, JFK Stone's with the chapstick. It's so creepy. Might as well be like Buffalo Bill putting lotion on its skin. Relax yourself. Poke Pro Eric Jake R was busy earlier today until his King's full boat decided to run into quads, and then he went home to drink his sorrows away, so he was unavailable. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever had a drink with Jake, but he actually doesn't drink like a normal person. He actually just puts his beard in the drink, and it just absorbs in. It's actually pretty impressive.
That's how he grows his beard.
It's pretty, like you take a shot and he just like puts it in the glass. And it's kind of freaky and weird and cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Deuce 7 deuce on the flop. Of course, George spikes a 7.
George just hits the 7.
George hits everything. Meanwhile, I couldn't hit water if I fell
Ryan
out of a boat.
shooting at it. A little out of character for Ryan.
Yeah. But I mean, he's obviously switching gears, and that's kind of what you have to do. You have to be dynamic.
I mean,
You
it
gotta mix
looks
up.
like a great move. Except for George has the 7.
Well, and assuming George doesn't have 7 or deuce here, this move's going to work, you know, most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's bad when he's moving his cards to the side and just like grabbing chip. George raises to 80.
He's like,
Man, this is where
left
we're at,
side,
Ryan.
right
Yeah.
side, where do I take my chips from? I like how he's got the black chips holding up his plaques.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
like his plaques are just crowd surfing.
Yeah, they're just. We're going to be going on break here shortly, and if there's one person who's super excited about going on break, it's me.
I think we're both going to hit the restroom pretty hard.
Yeah, no, I'm going to actually hit that cot on the roof that JFK says he has.
Oh.
2-minute break?
There's a lot of things I can do in 2 minutes.
I'm cool with a 2-minute break. Yeah, I mean, normally I need less than that. I mean, what are we going to do with the other minute and a half? Cuddle?
Boom.
About a 6-minute break.
Oh, 6-minute break. That's even better.
Cool.
Again, what are we going to do with the other 4 minutes and 30 seconds?
Recycled jokes.
Well, yeah, Canadian Shooter definitely says he's due for a medium-sized poop, so that should take about 6 minutes.
Boom. 6 minutes for a medium?
For medium, I'd hate to see the large-sized poop. It's like a Wendy's Frosted. You know what? Never mind. And we're never gonna go
Visual
there again.
just happened.
Done. All right. Apparently George.
Gotta
Here
like
we go.
look down now.
George and Rodolfo. Oh,
Gotta be
checks
careful when
through.
I'm leaving this booth.
Rodolfo's still on King High. Yeah. What's going on? Break, break.
Rodolfo's got king high.
They had a threat of a break. They're checking it through. George like, here, I'm a beast. Send the pot.
Boom.
I'm George.
Chippy, chippy, chippies. George hit something at some point in that hand.
Yep, it's true. All right, and it looks like these guys are going to go on break, and we are going to take apparently about a 6-minute break. And in the meantime, I believe George is just going to figure out how he wants to organize his chips.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, sit tight, and we will be back with you shortly. It's true.
She's going crazy, the only way she's ever known. I can't explain it, the way she gets into the zone. But when she's got that look, it's the one and only way to go.
Welcome everyone to another Stones Live Poker Hand of the Week. I'm Bart Hansen. We're going to take a look here at a 5-5 game with a dollar ante, a rare ante cash game, and we are going to see Kyle out of seat 1 raise it up with King Jack offsuit over a limp to $30, and that's going to kind of start a cascade effect, and we're going to see the flop 5 ways. And you can see here that Casey C out of seat 4, he's flop bottom set. Now, Matt C in seat 3, he has ace jack. It gets checked over to him. He decides not to bet. He checks, and Casey is not going to slow play it. He makes a small bet on this dry board of $50. There really isn't any draws out there with the exception of some straight draws like 4 or 5, which is double gutted. And Matt C is going to check call the $50. And we roll to the turn here. And the turn is actually one of the draw completing cards. It's a 6. It brings backdoor diamonds in. Matt C is going to check again, and obviously Casey C is not going to slow down. This time he bets kind of small. He bets $80 here, and Matt C takes some time with it, and again, he makes the call, and this pot has ballooned now to over $400. The river rolls off a 4 of diamonds, so backdoor diamonds come in, and there's a one-liner here to a straight, to a 5. But I love this bet here by Casey. There's really no reason to think that this guy has a 5. He could have 2 pair, or he could just have an ace. This is really the name of the game if you want to increase your win rate. In live no-limit cash games, you have to make thin value bets, and I'd be betting here with aces up as well. Matt C doesn't really beat anything here except a stone-cold bluff, but he decides to call anyways. Casey turns over his set, and it's a nicely played hand there for value from Casey. Check out Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker. Hey everybody, welcome to another Stones Live Poker Hand of the Week, and we're going to take a look here at a 5-10 game that is playing with a $20 straddle, and ZM here out of seat 7 is going to raise it up 3x to $60 with pocket queens, and he's going to get action in a few different spots. Harlan with King 10 offsuit, Nat with Ace 5 suited, and James is going to complete out of the straddle with Jack 10 offsuit. We're going to see the flop here 4 ways, And it just seems like always when you have queens, you see an ace or a king on the flop, and that's what happens here to ZM. King deuce 5 with a couple of diamonds. Going to get checked over to Harlan, and he's going to bet 130 here as a field better into the pot with king 10, and Nat with ace 5 of spades is going to call. Now, if you're going to call with a hand like this, you have to have a plan for the rest of the hand, because he probably does not think that his hand is good right now with just a 5. The turn is the 8 of diamonds. Pocket queens actually folds on the flop. Harlan's going to check over to Nat, and that is going to give Nat the green light to fire here to represent front door diamonds as a bluff. Now, if he doesn't think that Harlan has ace-king pre-flop because of the action pre-flop, then he really could hit a 5 or an ace to be good, or represent a diamond. That's about 13 or 14 outs, and this is a play that you can make sometimes in position. For Harlan, it's really tough for him to continue on even against an aggressive player like Nat, because he doesn't beat a king with a better kicker, he doesn't beat diamonds, and Nat called him next to act on the flop with the pre-flop raiser behind him. That's a good bluff spot and well executed there by Nat. You can check out Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Time over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker.
And we are back, guys, down to the final 3 here in the lovely Stones 40K guaranteed last Sunday of the month tournament. It's been quite the battle thus far, for sure.
I'd say.
It's grueling, man, and it looks like, taking a look there, it looks like we actually changed up George there to a Tower O plaques. Look at that, dude.
Boom.
I mean, for a guy who loves plaques, that's a lot of plaques.
That's a lot of plaques.
That is good stuff right there, man. That is fantastic. So again, the final 3 here, everybody's played a solid game to get to this point. Started with 124 players. Blinds are at 10K, 20K with a 3K ante. Yeah, game on. Game on, as they say. Let's do it.
And look at this, right off the bat.
Right off the bat, why not?
Ryan, 1 notch away from his favorite hand.
Away from his super nut ace-10 hand.
He calls the 20 on the button.
Yeah, the
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, let's see how that pays off for him. You know, at the end of the day, man, the three-handed, I really like to see the players kind of open up their range and get a little bit more aggressive with these hands.
George.
And you know, maybe Ryan does have these soul reads, man. He's making these laydowns where I'd normally be in there pumping it hard, but George is just
He's like, oh, you have jacks, but I have ace. So
George is just running like a beast, dude.
So Ryan makes the call.
Yeah, George is running hot. So Ryan limp calls here.
Going to the flop.
Oh, look at that flop for Ryan.
10 high board.
It's so
Ryan,
gnarly too.
Open-ended.
Open-ended, but George with 2 of his jacks here as his outs. Looks like Ryan jammed it, and George obviously snap called here. Nobody's going. Where are you going? Nowhere.
Runner, spade out.
Yep, he's gonna need a 6 or George to peel off one of that jack and make a set. No help. Now Jack, that kills his jack out now, so now he's gonna need a 6. Only a 6. Or an ace. No bueno, and that's gonna do it for Ryan. Congrats to Ryan, man. Played an absolute hell of a game. Super solid. Made some super awesome soul reads. Got it in there. Made some very not standard, not easy calls, and great round, dude. 3rd place, taking home just shy of 5K. It looks 47.58 is the total.
Boom.
Ryan, beast mode. Congrats. George just relocating his plaques. He's actually just what we call a building mover. He just moves skyscrapers, plaques around. That's what he does here. Heads up monster. And this is what we talked about earlier, guys. You know, look at that. That puts George to 1.2 million, an exact 2-to-1 lead on here on Rodolfo. So we talked about earlier, this sort of 3-handed play, now heads up play, it's invaluable experience, man. You don't get this play all the time. You really don't. And so it's kind of cool that they're just going for it.
You can tell the viewers how you really feel.
It'd be cooler if I didn't have to get up at 6 a.m. But good for you guys. Play it out. because I'm a fan of the game as much as I'm not a fan of sleep. Ugh.
I mean, sometimes you just have to sacrifice sleep for poker.
What do you mean sometimes? All the time. It's funny because, here, let's hear him talk about a little chop action.
George just wanted to take 600 off. I mean, he's got a 2-to-1 lead.
Yeah. So he was going to take 600 off first and just give it to him, I think, is what, right? Because it couldn't be the other way around. Because I mean, if you bust now, you're going to get second. So if he was going to take 600 off first, would be 10-9, pump that down to 10-3, pump him up to 73. I don't know. I'd probably play a little bit too. That's not a juicy enough deal for me to just take it at that point. Maybe closer to like 1,000 or 1,200 off, maybe, you know, and then give that to me to where you just take an extra 2K or something. But an extra 3K is a little much.
Yeah, because I mean, even though you're 2-to-1, you're the 2-to-1 lead.
Well, one double up and we flip the mirror, you know, so it doesn't, doesn't really matter at this point. Check down, playing pretty cautious here. Nobody's really firing.
Someone probably will fire. Looks like George is going to do the firing with 4 high.
4 high. Normally 6 high, so it's a bit of a change.
I think I just pulled a muscle or something. Strenuous activity.
Well, it's rough. It's rough. Poker is a very physical sport.
Yeah. Watching poker, apparently.
Well, it's a chip moving. Oh, it's even worse. Watching poker's even worse.
I mean, yeah, if I had George's chip stack, I would definitely be pulling a lot of muscles.
Yeah, for sure. Got to work out to move those fucking stacks around. Ooh, Rodolfo jamming in here with Ace King.
Okay. George with Jack High. I think he'll lay that down.
He is out of there. So, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, thank you very much for joining us. I know it's getting late here. About 30 minutes away from midnight here on the West Coast, especially if you're watching us from other time zones. Thank you for being up. Thank you for watching some awesome live poker. This is the tail end now of the 40K guaranteed. Started with 124 players, now down to the final 2. It's been quite the grind. They started at 10 a.m. today. It is now, like I said, about 11:30. So they have been pushing now for 13 and a half hours. And that's a grind, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. The payout is beautiful. The end of the rainbow, there is a pot of gold here. Yeah. First place is almost 11K. Regardless, the worst you can do right now is take second place for $6,700. Not a bad day at the office of felt, as we call it.
1 day of work.
Yeah.
13-hour day. Going on 13 and a half.
I'll tell you what, the last time I worked a 13-hour day in like a typical work, I did not make $7,000 or $10,000. So either way, I think this is a good day.
More like
$6,000, yeah,
$6,000
sure. On the reg, for sure.
Look at that.
So George fired 40K and Rodolfo insta-folded here.
George wins with the worst hand again.
Yeah, kind of surprising. It's tough. You're kind of in a weird spot because while you need to open up your range and make some looser calls and make some more aggressive bets, at the same time, when you're out chipped 2-to-1, you can't just go spewing off chips constantly either. You know what I mean? On just a whim that, maybe my pair is good. So you're kind of in like a catch-22 position where you need to open up, but you also have to be careful and you can't get too crazy.
You never want to be too far under 2-to-1 dog. I mean, you don't want to be 2-to-1 dog anyways.
Because once you get to like a 4-to-1 dog or even a 3-to-1 dog, it's so easy for the big guy to call you just to try and snap you off. He really has a wide range there.
And you double up and you're still no good.
Well, yeah, and even if you're ahead, too, it's it's bad. I mean, he gets lucky one time and it's game over.
George with a pair of 3s, so naturally he'll fire.
Rodolfo here with a gut shot straight draw to the bottom end of it.
He's got calling chips. He makes
Rodolfo
the call.
really wants to see a spade peel off here, too. No, that's not going to help.
Yeah, the backdoor outs, I think, helped that call. Oh.
George continues his beast mode.
And that's what you got to do. You got to be aggressive when you have that many chips.
Absolutely. So that's going to put Rodolfo down to just over 500K. George in the 1.3 to 1.4 mil range. If he scoops another couple pots, he's going to get that 3-1 lead on him for sure. He's getting close. George with his patented 4-6. We've seen him with his hand before.
6 high. Give him the check mark, Lon.
Give him the check mark right now. I think that's the shirt I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to do not Lon McCarran. When I'm in here with Norman Chad.
Good.
I like that. Maybe I'll Photoshop something. I'll find a picture of the two of them and then Photoshop my face over Lon McCarran's face. And I'll just say not Lon or something. Hashtag not Lon.
Or have like a circle with a
yeah, I Photoshop, man. I'll design something fun.
Boom.
I like that. Gotta do something custom.
Rodolfo gets away with it. Gets away from his pair of threes. And 3-1 now.
Maybe we'll go classy with it. Maybe I'll do it on like a button-up shirt. Because you know Norm. I wonder if Norm might be wearing a suit. He'd probably be wearing a suit. Maybe. Well, maybe just wear a suit coat. He'll wear a suit coat, but then a normal shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wear. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get a T-shirt made, but it'll all be in the middle, and then I'll just wear a typical suit coat over it.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. So many choices. These are the ideas that plague my mind when I'm up streaming poker at 11:30 at night. Yeah, that's what happens.
Why not, right?
Like we got a couple railbirds over there. There's always a crowd here. Even heads up, always a crowd. So yeah, I hear, I was talking with Justin over there, apparently George is a beast. He is on fire right now. He says check his head and mom stats out. He's just been crushing every tournament he's played in.
He has been on fire.
And you gotta love it. And you know what I love about George? You know he's probably retired, and he's just like, oh, I just like playing poker. And you know what? It's one thing to like playing poker, it's another thing to like playing poker and actually be profitable at it, and that's really cool.
Absolutely. It's the dream.
I love it. Omaha Andrew, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us here. Little late night poker sesh. Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure you click that heart and subscribe to us. We're with you here at least twice a week, sometimes even more.
The host is coming in.
The host.
We're gonna get raided.
Boom, another 4 peels. Great river for Rodolfo, though. No help to George here. He could not peel the diamond, and George is in insta-muck mode.
Got nada.
Blow 2009. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Kevin Martin 987. What's up, buddy?
William 7332. I think that's what that says.
Is this the one and only Kevin Martin that will be joining us here pretty soon? I love it.
Uh-oh.
Kevin Martin is going to be one of our featured hosts here for the Stones Spring Classic coming up very shortly. Very excited to have him here.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we're going to raise to 80K here from Rodolfo, and that is going to take it down.
Drew says the fish Kevin Martin is hosting.
I love it, dude. Kevin Martin in the house. Yeah, guys, so for those of you just tuning in here, this is the tail end of our 40K monthly last Sunday guaranteed. 124 players today, and we are down to heads up final 2.
And I know there's probably confusion because the first time I heard his name, it confused me. We're in the Sacramento area.
Oh yeah, so with our Kings basketball
Sacramento
player.
King, Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
Not him.
Yeah, not him. Very different, very different. I would imagine this Kevin Martin is much better at poker than our ex-NBA player, Kevin Martin.
Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. But hey, we've had other NBA players play on the stream before, and you know what I love is they weren't no slouch either. It was good times. So going to the flop here, looks like George does spike a 9. We're still waiting on Rodolfo's cards. Today's buy-in entry was $350. Oh, they have the same hand. I always love same hands.
Yeah, and they both hit their apple. I mean,
yeah,
they hit a 9.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's good. God, you know, George, I'll tell you what, Rodolfo's been playing really tight here, heads up.
Yep.
Super, super, super tight. And Rodolfo has been folding a lot and giving George a lot of credit.
Yeah.
when George is betting with just a random high card and Rodolfo's folding mid-pair a lot so far, heads up.
And that's something you don't want to do that often. You can't sit there and fold all your pairs. You know, middle pair is good a lot of the time. In that case, he was facing chop, but I mean...
Yeah, exactly. Did JFK Stones just come over and beg for money? Is that why George is busting out his wallet? Oh, he probably wanted his ID.
That's the story as I know it.
No, he's probably begging for money. He's like, can you buy me a coffee, man? It's going to be great.
He's like, hey, I owe Train a dinner. Give me a few bucks.
Hold on, Andrew. You know the thing about Rodolfo is he was playing really tight at this final table, which worked out well for him earlier, but he just hasn't loosened up his range since it's gotten down to short-handed, four-handed, three-handed, heads up now. He hasn't loosened up his range, and that's really going to hurt him here against George. I mean, if you're just going to try and wait for like ace-king type hands heads up, like you're going to bleed. You're going to bleed so fast.
We saw him playing the same earlier on, which worked out.
Well, it works when it's a 9-8 handed, 7-handed, but it's not going to work here. It's not going to work, you know, heads up.
Wow.
Fantastic. Look at that. So raise to 50K here from Rodolfo. George is going to make the call now. Heads up, Jack 4 on the flop. Whiff City for everybody. Rodolfo is definitely going to fire out c-betting here. Guys, for those of you just tuning in here, the plaques are 25K. Yeah, and George makes the fold here. Plaques are 25K, the yellows are 10K, the pinks are 5K, and the black chips are 1K. Thank you for joining us tonight here. We're at the tail end of this 40K guaranteed Sunday tournament. Make sure you click that heart and subscribe to us here. We're here with you streaming every Monday and Wednesday night. We're streaming cash games. Tomorrow night we have a hell of a game in stock. It's a 5-5 no limit, but we have a lineup that's just going to crush it. It's going to play way bigger than that. Yeah. So make sure you click that heart, subscribe. We'll give you notifications every time we go live here. Stream with you every Monday and Wednesday, and then occasionally on fun tournaments. Also, I know we have the big the Spring Classic coming up. We're going to have Kevin Martin in the house, as you all know, and Norman Chad. It's going to be an absolute blast, and that's coming up the end of February, early March, so definitely tune in for all that. Lots of poker festivities.
I am very, very, very excited.
Yeah, it's going to be rad. There's like just pick a day during that span. There's awesome events every day, awesome satellites, monster stacks, whoever that crazy guy is.
That good-looking guy.
I'm time traveling. Don't tell anybody. I was just mesmerized at the Wallow plaques that George has built over here.
I know.
Yeah, Phil Smash, Kevin Martin is coming out to hang out with us in Sacramento. He's going to be doing some live streaming here. He's going to be in the booth with us. We're going to have Norman Chad in the booth. It's going to be a blast. Look at this flop here. Lots of 8s for Rodolfo. George with king high. Check, check to the turn. 4 peels off.
Rodolfo's thinking, hit him, hit him.
Yeah, please give him anything to call me.
Again.
10 peels. Nothing. He can't get any love from George in this hand.
Gonna fire something. Fires over the pot, I believe. Bet 50 got a call from King High.
A call from George. Oh, Phil Smash, right on near Sac State, another local, come on through. So guys, this is Stone's Gambling Hall. We are located right outside Sacramento, pretty much right off Highway 80 here in Citrus Heights. If you have a Highway 80 anywhere near you in the United States, that's the same one, I promise. Hop on it, drive to us. Might take you an hour, might take you a day. But come on down, lots of fun action. We also have an app too that lets you know all the games we have going on. Just hop on, it's in the Google Play Store, it's in the App Store. It's go on there, Stone's Gambling Hall. You can see all the games we have running, you put your name on the list. Really, really cool. Rodolfo, Queen 10 suited. It's gonna pop it up to 60K. Tahoe Mac, oh, Tahoe, dude, right up the street. We love Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, seriously, come on down, make the trip. I promise it'll be worth it. Holler at me in advance. I'll buy you a beer.
When does it ever take you 2 hours to get to Tahoe?
Sometimes it's snowy. Sometimes I drive slow. Sometimes I sneak drive.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, Fry, we have an app, and you can not only check out all that stuff, you put your name on the list, but we can also check out our tournament schedule, which would be great for this Spring Classic coming up. Check out the menu. The food here is absolutely phenomenal. It's all hosted by Sammy's Bar and Grill. Super, super awesome. Available 24 hours a day. Seriously, come on down. So look at this. We got George coming in for a 3-bet. Oh, yeah, living that plaque life. To 160K. Another 100K for Rodolfo.
He's thinking about it.
He's coming in. All right.
Don't hate it.
Solid. This is our biggest heads-up pot we've seen so far. Oh, God, look at that!
Goodness.
Monster flop for Rodolfo. Flops his flush. George with the redraw to the nut flush. Yeah, guys.
Wow.
Bingo, bango, fireworks time.
Welcome to Stone's Live, folks.
Woo! Look at this. If you like flops like that, click that heart and subscribe because it's a shit show of awesomeness. Here it comes, guys.
Rodolfo just says this much.
Yeah, here's a stack. And George ships
George
it. Rodolfo
is
snap, of
shipping
course.
it.
Snap calls for sure. Fireworks.
Boom.
Fireworks incoming. Oh my God! Here now, Rodolfo just has to fade a heart.
I'm so nervous.
I mean, come on! What a dream flop. Heads up. How does that happen?
And you're still still scared.
9 of hearts would be so gnarly.
9 of spades.
Yeah, 6 outs here now. He needs one of the remaining hearts. How does it go running 9s every 9 but the 9 of hearts?
9.
So Rodolfo doubles up, and we got ourselves a game now, guys. Now these stacks
Buckle
are
your
evened
seatbelts.
up. Wow, how does it go running 9s but the only 9, like the one 9 we can't get, right? No 9 of hearts, nothing. We couldn't end it with a super powwow like that.
Throw the dealer a $5. Let's get a rabbit hunt.
Oh man, God, look at that. That's how you know you're baller, when you just like, oh, just pay him with this many plaques, just however many plaques that is. Oh man, so crazy. Yeah, rad, super rad. Again, guys, make sure you join us here tomorrow night. Click that heart and subscribe. Tomorrow night, we're going to have Watt Bryan in the house, Kelly Winterhall in the house, who just came off Poker Night in America, who crushed like 30K or something tonight on that. So that's going to be rad. We're going to have a fat lineup tomorrow in the 5-5 No Limit game. And I know they always play fun games like 7 Deucey on top of that. They always do all sorts of live straddle games. Just it's a super hot mess of awesomeness.
And if none of those names sound familiar to you, you will get to know them.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch the stream a couple times.
For sure.
You will be fans.
Yeah, like straight crushers.
Yeah.
So now look at that. My, how the tables have turned. Rodolfo sitting at 1.5 million and George now at 400K. George has the Canadian shooter chiming in. It's going to be huge. Yeah, George hasn't seen 400K since they were like, I don't know, 7, 8 maybe. He hasn't seen that the whole time. All right, George on the button now, 7-3 suited. It's going to make the call. Blinds are at 10.
Classic 7 high call.
Yeah, blinds are 10, 20K with a 3K ante. Rodolfo is just in first world problems, like how do I stack my chips over there? He braces it up and George gets out.
Uh-oh, I think George is going to combine his stacks.
Oh, when George doesn't have 2 different wings to draw from, his power is reduced.
Yeah. Oh no, he still keeps the plaques separate.
It's good, I like it, I respect it. I always make a joke when I'm playing, just like, oh, if the plaques go in, man, beware, they're coming back. The plaques don't go in when it's, Then I use that as like an angle shoot. Like when I'm totally bluffing, I'm like, guys, be careful, I'm betting with a plaque. I'm just kidding, I was bluffing. God, what a crazy flop and hands for heads up. I mean, nobody's going anywhere, right? I mean, you flop that with Queen 10 suited, then you're George. I mean, you come on, you got the nut flush draw heads up, you're already super deep pot. Like, it's not going anywhere. That is the hand. Like, that's, And then you go running 9s that aren't the 9 of hearts.
9.
Really?
9. 9 of hearts, right? No.
Come on. There's not even a 9 of hearts in this deck. Poker's rigged.
Is this real?
Is this real life? George with a deuce 4. Oh, is this gonna be like the first hand folded heads up? Nope, no it's not. Get in there, George.
George says 4 high.
Rodolfo is learning first world problems of what to do with all of these plaques. My Tower O plaques.
Wow.
And Rodolfo outflops George here. And that's not going to stop him from firing.
George is going to fire.
Now, George has 365 in his stack. He bets 50K. I know that Rodolfo doesn't want to give George free money here. I hope that Rodolfo doesn't play scared, and he is. He is. Anyway, yeah, he is. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? I mean, sure, you're probably good there, but at the same time, you really don't want to give George free money unless, you know, and even if he does have a 3, you clearly outkicked.
Any 3 beats,
so you almost have, I don't know, kind of a bluff catcher. I mean, if he has, you know, a couple other things. Location, Jeff Gross Poker, we are located right outside Sacramento, California. We're located at Citrus Heights, and we are right off Highway 80. You cannot miss us. Big old sign.
Antelope.
Look at that stat. There you go. Now Rodolfo's loosening up. Now he's just like, dude, now A7's more than enough for him. Yeah, finally. The old Rodolfo would have just like mucked it.
Yeah.
Now he's just like, I got chips, bring it. I'm here to play.
A7 is the next.
Yeah, Mike Mayhem 21, he's right. Sacramento-ish. I mean, like 10 minutes outside Sac.
Sacramento is the catch-all.
Yeah, exactly.
This area.
It's one of those things where if you tell people, like, if they're from California, I'll tell them exactly where we're at. But if they're from outside California, you just say Sacramento.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's right. Or Stacramento, or Stuckramento if you're having a bad session. There's plenty of names here. Strong
Sacramento.
Poker. Sacramento, yeah.
If you're playing the Veronica and Friends game.
Now, guys, obviously this is the final table of a tournament, but the cash games that we live stream, you can easily get yourself a seat. I'm going to put it in the chat there.
Nuts.
All you do is you go ahead, the absolute super juicy fun cash games. You can go ahead and text or call that number or contact JFK Stones TD there, Jake Caritis at Stones Gambling Hall. And get yourself on one of these live streams, especially if you're coming in from out of town. We'll make special receptions. We'll get you on the stream. We've had viewers from Malaysia who've actually came in, flown in. They were here for business, watched us, hopped on the stream. People from all across the U.S. and that's always a really cool feeling.
Love it.
When you get fans from just national, international, and they come in here and they're like, guys, I'm going to be in town. Let me play. Literally, we had these guys come. They landed. We picked them up at the airport. They came straight in here and we held their bags for them. Like, we don't even have a hotel here. Like, but we're just like, we got it. Like, get in, sit down, crush some poker.
Love it.
Crush Live Poker, what's up? Is that the one and only Bart Hansen? Looking forward to playing tomorrow and Wednesday. Bart in the house. Look, just when you thought the lineup couldn't get any better,
right?
Bart Hansen's going to be joining us tomorrow here. Crush Live Poker, get some. Hell of a lineup tomorrow. I'm so glad I'm doing commentary tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be me. Yeah, it's going to be me and JFK Stones in the booth. Guys, just be here.
Squared.
Be here for that.
Keeping the dream alive.
Oh, look at this. All in for George with a flush draw. No love from Rodolfo. Jeff Gross Poker, Bay 101. I don't know, how far are we from Bay 101? A couple hours?
I have no idea.
Yeah, a couple hours. Thunder Valley, like 20 minutes.
I need no other poker room.
Yeah, I know. I really, honestly, I just kind of play here.
I was like, why are you working?
Fantastic. Guys, if you're just joining us, like I said, click that heart and subscribe, especially you do not want to miss tomorrow night's game. I'm telling you, it is going to be a hot mess of awesomeness. Last time we saw Kelly and Bart Hansen in the same game, there was a 5-bet bluff, massive, just spew of chips between them, and it was epic. It was like the poker hand heard around the world. So if that's any indicator of what we're going to see tomorrow night, like, it's going to be awesome. So seriously, tune in. All right, to the flop. George spikes a 3. Rodolfo's in Whiff City, and he gets out. Number 1 headbands in there. He's like, yeah, Rodolfo's just grabbing handfuls of chips now and putting them in. Yeah. He's just like, how about this? We're going to put this in there.
Yeah, cool.
Rodolfo on the button here. 5 deuce. Wow, a pre-flop fold. Haven't really seen that. You know why? Because he's busy in his tile management over here. That's why.
Like I said earlier, I love when they get so many that they can actually cut them out.
Oh yeah, why not?
Chips.
Boom, 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 boom.
Four.
It's just something about playing with tiles, man. It's fantastic.
You feel so much more sophisticated when it's in your stack.
I feel like it's borderline. I just feel like straight James Bond movie. You know, some sort of like European tournament, right? It's very, you're playing with the plaques, the tiles.
Two pair.
Yes.
I have 3 of a kind. I have a full house.
Exactly.
I have.
I just have lots of tiles.
It's kind of like Stones Live. It's like you. They don't have a royal flush, do they? They have a royal flush.
Of course, plaques on plaques on plaques. All right, so look at this here. So we got George. Did he make the call here? Rodolfo raises to 90K. George does make the call here. Jack 9 against Ace 8 suited. All right, so solid size pot here. This could be a little page turner here for George. Pot's at 180K. 557 on the flop. Whiff City for everybody.
Ace high is still good.
If George gets aggressive here, I think Rodolfo's gonna get away from this.
And he does. He puts out what, 75K?
Yeah.
And a full.
You know, Rodolfo kind of has an MO so far that I think George has really picked up on. That if Rodolfo doesn't have anything, you can blow him off the pot with a sizable bet almost every time.
Yeah.
And I think that George has really picked up on that. And that could be the kryptonite, because right now he's just working it back quick. He's already back up to now just a 2-1 lead, or a 2-1 deficit at this point. And again, guys, chop talk, no chops here. They're just going for it.
Doing it. There was a little bit of a chop, a little bit of a talk of chop earlier, but shot down.
Rodolfo with 6s. Solid hand heads up. It's going to come in for a raise. Make it 60K. Little 3x raise. Oh, a little sweet looking hand for George.
You heard it. You heard the sound, the click,
Yeah.
clickety clack of the blacks. George makes the call. 9-8 suited. Spikes an 8.
Yep. Check 8-4 on the flop. He does get out in front by hitting that 8. He's going to check it over to Rodolfo. Again, grabbing stacks.
What does George have? 9-8
Nah.
suited.
Suited. Cheers. Raise all in by George. George taking it down.
That was a big pot.
Yeah, George is edging his way back every single hand against Rodolfo here. It's been quite the battle, man. So this tournament started at 10 a.m. today. We are now approaching midnight, so they're pushing the 14-hour range. Good times. Thank you for joining us, guys. Always a pleasure. We love having you in the chat. We love your guys' comments. Chat is great. Not only are they a great source of comedy, for sure, for one, but they also talk some really great poker in there, too. I love the differing of opinion. I love kind of them battling it out, in a tasteful way, and it's always really enjoyable. So, again, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for creating an account and joining us, guys. Good times.
People are never going to agree.
No, never. There's always
going to be a little bit of disagreement, and it's nice to see, the difference.
At the end of the day, it's poker camaraderie. But no, I agree with you. Blue Moon Cow says George is bullying Rodolfo around. Absolutely, he's pushing pretty hard against Rodolfo. Like I said before, when Rodolfo doesn't have a monster, George is pretty much taking every pot off of him at that point.
Yeah, and that's kind of George's game. George is a bully.
Yeah.
George is a big bully.
George, you're just a big bully. Oh, God. And I still like that he puts his chips in different wings, right? George doesn't know if he's going to draw from this area of the chip mansion or this area. All right, heads up to the flop here. 10, queen, 5, couple of clubs. Catch up with the action tracker here in a minute. Looks like it was checked through on the flop. There we go. George at king 4, Rodolfo 6-3.
Looks like they made it to the turn. Rodolfo ahead. Looks like he's gonna fold the 3.
I feel like this is the time for like the movie preview voice, just like.
Are you ready? Heads up poker action brought to you by Stone's Gambling Hall. George showing Rodolfo how to play some mean heads up poker. Bully.
Yeah, no, it's solid, and this is kind of what we talked about too. Yeah, so T-Dub 5150. Yeah, wow, almost back to even keel now. And this is the thing where, you know, unless you're used to playing heads up, I mean, you don't necessarily know if you just play the standard ABC, you know, like, okay, I just play my ace 10 or better or whatever, and it's not going to work heads up. It's really not going to work. And George has a lot of final table experience. He's got a lot of short-handed experience, and clearly that's what's paying off for him. I mean, it hasn't been any sort of all-in scenario, and he's clawed his way back in, what, like 7 to 10 hands?
Yeah.
Almost back to even money. Yeah, D-Wolf 47, yeah, is Swole Illuminati. Yeah, you guys are all on point here. You know, I mean, heads up is just a different beast, and if you're not familiar with it, you know, it can be rough, man. I mean, it's out of a lot of people's comfort zone to be raising and calling with bottom pair, mid pair,
Ace
random,
high.
yeah, queen deuce, you know, king 5. It's just like, this is weird. What am I doing? Does not compute, you know. Dude,
George here is taking down the pot with ace high. I mean, he
George,
knows
dude.
he has to bet that. I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna name George Bulldozer. He's just coming over right now.
bulldozing.
Apparently we have Tom Twan's neck joining us in the chat. What a great username, dude. Hats off, buddy. That's hilarious.
Boom.
Rodolfo here, 6'9". Oh wow, 6'9" suited open folds. Would have loved to see some pressure applied there. Canadian shooter with the ever so clever quick quips. So Rodolfo now just under $1 million here, and George up at 850K, quickly evening this out with every single hand. Jiggly Bluff, no, there's actually some solid talent around here. You are just catching the tail end of a heads-up 14-hour poker session of destiny right here. But either way, come out and play with us, for sure. There's always sorts of... In fact, we are running cash games right now. We have a 1-2, a 1-3. I think we're even running at least a 5-10 right now. There's like 8 games going. So yeah, get on down. Actually, download our app, by the way. We have our own app. You can download the Stone's Gambling Hall app. Has our entire tournament schedule. It'll have all the tournament info, like when Kevin Martin's going to be here, Norman Chad, and everything coming up here at the end of February. You can also put your name on the list and see what games are running. So hop in.
Rodolfo picking up a pot, spikes a king on the river.
God, it's gotta feel good if you're Rodolfo, man. It's been a long time no pot, dude. I mean, George just scooped like the last 10 of them.
And maybe this will get him going. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he needed to build his confidence a little bit.
Yeah, we got a 1-2 game. What's the max is on a 1-2 game? I think it's 200.
200 max.
Yeah, so 200 max on the 1-2 game Tahoe Mac, and so that's pretty cool. And that's 200 max on that. Now, all of the other games 1-3 and higher are actually, you know, whatever they start out as like a 300 max or whatever, or 500 max,
500
you know,
max is 1-3,
500 max. But then after that, though, they're all table stakes. So everything above the 1-2 game is all table stakes. So you can always come in and buy the biggest stack at the table, which creates a lot of action, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I come in here, you know, you hit those late night games, people have been drinking, the sauce is flowing. If you want to max buy, I have seen, you know, it's not uncommon to see our 1-3 games get easily looking like a 2-5 game or 5-10 game if you're walking by and you didn't know. You know, I mean, easily.
Even the 1-2 games when it's not at table max, a lot of times that game will be
Super deep, yeah.
You hear the dealers push in and they go, hey, by the way, this is a 1-2 game.
Because you have to like tell them.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
You can't tell. There's thousands of dollars on the 1-2 game and you're like, what?
Yeah, we're open 24 hours, and so is all of the delicious food open all the time. So look at this. Rodolfo does spike the straight. George here with a gut shot. All right, he mucks it out. Rodolfo takes it.
Another pot.
See, and that's the thing is, Rodolfo, I mean, he's taking on these pots, but only when he makes just monster hands. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, we see George firing when he has ace high, king high, and then we see Rodolfo only firing once he hits. And that's something that he really needs to get away from if he's going to take this down.
Yeah, Mike Mayhem knows what's up. He's been here. Those duck tacos, though, for sure. So many good things on the menu. I mean, honestly, I always, have somebody else say, oh, try this and try that. I really haven't had a bad thing on there, man. I mean, it's really good.
I hear great things.
And for those of you who've watched the stream before, normally when we have our cash games, like the Wicked cash game tomorrow night, we always joke around and say that salads are always super positive plus EV. Because you just see, because the salads are really good, so a lot of people order them, but then they start like running really well in the cash game, and so we say, oh yeah, dude, salads are totally helping out your poker game for sure. Blame it on the salad.
Blame it on the salad.
Blue Mucal, this brings up a good point. George knows that Rodolfo is really only betting with the goods now. So not only can he basically, now he knows he's when he's checking, so he can always exploit that, but now he knows when he's betting, he can just get away from it. Number one headband says Rodolfo's waiting on the royal flush to attack George. Now I got him.
George with king 10 suited on the button.
Dip, flip, slip. What is going on? New to poker? Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. So the blinds are going up right here in right now, actually, 0 seconds here. So we have 40-minute blind rounds, and the blinds increase every time, and they just pumped up to 15K for the small blind, 30K for the big blind.
Dip, flip, slip.
Exactly. And if you are new to poker...
Train pool.
Oh no, don't say that. So then yeah, and if you're new to poker, by the way, the blinds only increase in the tournament game here that we are watching. Tomorrow night when we have our big cash game, the blinds do not increase, they stay the same. It's gonna be a 5-5 no limit game, but so help me God, it's gonna play so much bigger than the 5-5 game. So dip, flip, slip. God, what a tongue twister.
Say that 5
Yeah, I cannot. Fast. I can barely say it one time. Click that heart and subscribe. Join us tomorrow night. We're gonna be here from 7 to 10 p.m. It is going to be awesome. Huge. I'm really looking forward to it.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge. George takes it down with, I imagine, 7 high.
Yeah, whatever. He doesn't need anything. And yeah, guys, for those of you just tuning in, the plaques are 25K. The yellows are
10K.
Pinks are
5K.
Blacks are
1K.
Boom. And yes, the way we read the cards is a magic little unicorn goes down there and tells us what it is. Or there's actually RFID chips in each of the cards, and then they all report back to us. But I prefer like the unicorn magic dust, but that works fine.
That's what I tell players.
Yeah.
How does this work? Magic.
Magic. Just say magic.
What do you think? Come on.
George with 9-10 suited. Beast of a hand heads up.
George calls with 10-9 suited. A couple of spades for him.
Oh my God, look at that flop for George. What a beast. Open-ended with a flush draw. Huge flop for George. But Rodolfo, I mean, you're not going to get much from Rodolfo unless he flops a beast. Yeah, Rodolfo, look at that. George cuts chips and Rodolfo just insta-mucks. He didn't even need to put him out. Worldabouts.
That's how many outs J-Mac faded.
God, yeah. Earlier, guys, we had a guy who had to fade literally half the deck and we were like mind blown. Yeah. Like, how do you? Her hand just kept getting better and better, and he still faded it all. You can always count a Canadian shooter.
Another open fold.
Fun clips. Open fold, King Deuce.
King Deuce, open fold.
It's rough. You know, and you can't fault him. He just doesn't have the heads-up experience. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's what I'm blaming it on for sure.
Dealer change coming in.
Tori making sure he gets paid for that.
Exactly. Like, please, guys, I dumped a lot of hands there. So got Brandon coming in. Not only a dealer, but our resident pool hustler as well.
Woohoo!
The pool shark and master. He's the guy who's like, yeah, I play pool. I play a little. Like, you want to play for something small, like 1,000 a game or something, you know? Just like warm up a little bit. Like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool, Brandon. You're the man.
Warm up with 1,000 on it, man.
Yeah. All right, so Swole Illuminati calls says you know what, man, this game's gonna be decided by like Ace King for Rodolfo and 6-6 for George. It's gonna be something like that. It's you're gonna have to give Rodolfo a monster, and then George is just gonna have to be like, bring it.
Yeah.
You know. Brandon throwing out drink ideas. How long are you going to be here? You need some water, hot chocolate, coffee? What do you guys need?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Make your stay more comfortable.
Yeah, hookers and blow. It's all available here in the back. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. How about the coffee part? The rest of it's
No coffee.
George is like, nah, I've done enough of that. I'm fine. All right, so George coming in. And this is the difference in play, too. You have Rodolfo just open folding a lot of hands, and then you have George peeling deuce 4 and just jamming monster raises.
Yeah. And look at this. 4 high takes it down.
Yep. Easy money. And Rodolfo with 10 jack getting out of there. Man, I'd love to see at least a flat from him there. Just take a flop and see what happens.
Now they're really close to even.
Yeah. Yeah.
George clawing himself up. He's not able to get very many chips at one time from Rodolfo, but he's getting small pots, small pots.
Yeah. Now the countdown is for the levels, Ash. So at 34 minutes, the blinds are going to go up, and they're at 15:30 now. They probably go to 20:40. I doubt they'd make it 34 minutes at this point. This is pretty much going to be an all-in bash fest here soon enough. So guys, make sure you follow us here. We're at the tail end of this Wicked session here tonight. I know it's getting a little late, but make sure you follow us because tomorrow night's cash game, you want to be here. Trust me, it's going to be awesome. Tomorrow night we got a 5-5 no limit going on, but it's 5-5 in disguise. It's going to be way higher than that. And then Wednesday, we actually have. Actually, Wednesday is going to be sweet too. So Wednesday is going to be the first only, and this is going to be really slick, $5 ante only game.
Oh, I heard about that.
Right, and on paper it sounds like it's not that big, but it's way big, right? So in like a 10-25 game, you're blowing through $35 in orbit, right? In a $5 ante only game, you're actually blowing through $45 in orbit.
Yeah.
So it plays bigger than a 10-25 game. It's going to be really rad. So definitely check out tomorrow night, Wednesday night, guys. Just seriously, trust me. Thank me later. You don't want to miss tomorrow on Wednesday night stream for sure. And I've had a lot of the bigger players here hit me up and try to get in that 5-5 ante only game, and it filled up like that,
Yeah,
super quick. Oh, so we got an all in and a call here.
All in and a call.
George, what are we flipping? Can't see the cards here. I think I heard an ace-8 and a 9-jack. So George with the ace-8 over there, I think. Yep.
I like how Brandon kind of said ace-8.
Jack 9 for the win.
It's really close. I think Rodolfo had him by like 100K.
Yeah, it was real close.
But I think we do have a winner.
Absolutely. Mike Mayhem, yes, we'll run more tables for sure. They will open up that game and run as many tables as they have players for. Absolutely.
And this isn't what we expected. We didn't expect this type of hand to take it down. Rodolfo.
No, we really expected it to be
with
monster. Exactly. And you know what? Look, once he starts opening up. And the funny thing is, talk about switching gears, especially if you put Rodolfo on just only playing nut all of a sudden, and that you don't expect him to ever make a call with like, okay, well, how do you not have top pair, the monster?
Crazy.
You know?
that you're thinking Rodolfo could only call with a king here.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a king.
And we're just going to stack it out and make sure this is how it's going down.
This is a verification.
Chat's going crazy. Like, what just happened? A couple players are saying, man, you know, George could have really just hung in there and chipped away.
Yeah.
For sure.
He was definitely on the upswing of that little chip away. George is sitting there thinking, there goes my wall.
Yeah. Oh, George has a micro stack. George is in all-in Bash Fest mode now, guys.
Like 20K.
Yep. Looks like it's about a little over 20K, maybe 30K, 25K, something like that. Wow. Oh, there's going to be a lot of all-you-can-eat from George now.
Pretty sure he shoves it first hand.
Oh yeah, I could you not? I mean, well yeah. What are the blinds? So 15-30, and he's all in. He's all in for the blind. He's got a big blind. He's got a big blind worth of chips.
Okay.
So
go ahead and put him in, Georgie.
you should just deal it face up. Just don't even put it just face up. See what happens.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Blue Moon Cow, that's what we talked about. A little credit to Rodolfo, though, for calling with middle pair. Because, guys, that is way outside his comfort zone, as we've seen.
We would not
He is
expect
not,
that.
yeah, this is not the way he rolls here. So, you know, good for him in that regard. Absolutely. Yep, and he is the big blind, so he put in his 4K ante and he's all in for 22, so he had a total of 26K in front of him. So watch him double here to 52K, and then double again to 100K, and then start like getting back at Rodolfo.
And say goodnight to your sleep.
Oh my god, I already said goodnight to my sleep a long time ago.
Saying goodnight to your sleep is kind of weird.
It's so bad. So George here, Jack high, hits Rodolfo 6-9 high here. So George with a slight edge. Ooh, George still ahead.
George still ahead.
His life open-ended now for Rodolfo. Oh, and he peels the 9. Put the nail in the coffin. Good game, good game. And like we were talking about earlier, you know, you don't see, a lot of times here, people see a lot of economic value in chopping down when they're 4 or 5 handed on some of these larger prize pool tournaments, and they just get kind of nervous about going all the way like this. And so you got to give it up to somebody who's going to play, especially if Rodolfo doesn't necessarily know, like, hey, I'm not really used to playing heads up or something like that, to just really committing to playing it all the way down.
Yeah,
and you gotta love that.
Tell he was inexperienced, but he still wanted to go for it.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know it's getting late here, but it's absolutely fantastic. We have lots of really, really awesome stuff coming up. Make sure you click that heart and subscribe to us. Like I said, you don't want to miss tomorrow night's game. You don't want to miss Wednesday night's game. It's just going to be so awesome. So again, we'll wrap it up. You guys are rad. We love you, and thanks a bunch.
Thanks, guys.
Night, guys.